Mics are going to be hot.
Hello everybody and welcome once again to 3Y TV, and tonight the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series kicks off the chase-offs here at Phoenix International Raceway for the 17Media 136. I'm your host Mike Goodman. Joining along with me is Adam Peeler, Matthew Bayuk as well, and of course Carlos Acosta behind the scenes working all the buttons. And tonight it kicks off the chase-offs, fellas, and what I want, a lot of things going on here, a lot to unpack. Of course, the chase-offs kicking off, and the format going back to what we've seen back at Lime Rock with the sprint, a 36-lap sprint. Top 8 will invert for the 100-lap feature. Should be maybe a little cause for something different here. Now that we've kicked off the chase-off. Boys, what do you guys think about today's format coming into tonight?
Your mic. Personally, I think it's great. The short track feel of a heat race followed up by a main feature. I think the fact that you're going to have a race where if tires matter, you might have some strategy come into it, but you don't have to worry about getting fuel, so it's just full bore the whole way. And then you get the invert just like you would at your local track on a weekend night. Then you get a main event to sit back and watch that may have 2 pit stops in it, I believe. Vic, is that correct? They have to probably pit twice?
Yeah, unless we have like 8 or more cautions than have to.
Okay, so, I mean, that's going to play a huge factor into it. So, I mean, this is cool. I'm all for the sprint race and a heat race, or in a feature instead of just 2 halves. That's my two cents.
And then obviously, you know, our strength of field, you know, I think this season it's as high as it's ever been in OSCA. We've got a couple of guys tonight that don't normally run with us. We've got Drew Eisenman in a 4th RK Motorsports car, and this week's Shift Esports fill-in car is Ethan Burrell in the 1 car.
Yeah,
I know that name.
Yeah,
and there's an RKM driver that got poached off into rack racing in the 82.
Who's that?
Oh yeah, Justin Cole.
Tom Nook himself.
Oh, right.
Alex Kenton is in the 30 as well. Another fill-in guy.
Is it officially Justin if it's not a Nintendo car though? You know,
Actually, I haven't seen what car he's driving. Is he driving his car, or is it a rack racing?
It's just a blank. It's just a blank car.
Yeah.
It's like a NASCAR heat car.
Yeah. It's a last-minute ARCA car.
No. The scheme is the. Did you know the JJ Yaley fan vote or fan control car from this past weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. What's this fan control thing?
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently it was a thing, but I didn't know nothing about it. I just heard about it.
I didn't know anything about it. I heard about it in the race.
Huh.
I don't know, look it up. Google it.
Yeah, Google it. But yeah, the chase-offs kicking off, and I think what tonight will also kind of play into it is the different styles. Obviously, with the sprint, we've seen guys, be quick and are able to burn a little bit more rubber. Maybe not good in the long runs, and that could be good for the first 30. Was it 36? I just said it and I can't remember. 36 lap kind of dash for cash there, but because I think that's what was I hearing? Was it about 44 laps? Does anyone else get a fuel run for tonight?
I heard 40 to 50, about 45-ish. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also heard that it is very easy to burn off the right front. So tire management was a big deal with a couple of guys I talked to, that the right front seems to burn off really easily.
And you know what? I was going to say, I think the user experience might vary because the right there, it's weird. I talked to Shift and I talked to RK. I talked to those 2 teams about this. The general consensus was it's loose in, loose out, but it doesn't want to turn, which means tight in the middle. That's your right front. That's its free in so you can carry more speed, and then it wants to push up the track. There's your right front burning off, and then it's pushing, and then you want to get off the corner once you get that angle off, and then it gets loose and you burn off the right rear. And in general, over the long run, they say the handling characteristics do not change that much, but it's easier to spin yourself off the corner just because, well, as Cameron Rich said, it depends on if you know how to work the throttle pedal or not.
I do know for a fact this is the most downforce that they've had all season. As far as setup goes, this is the most downforce that the drivers have had to deal with. So
Sounds
I
like
think
they need it.
that might change things up a little bit. We may see some different guys kind of show off a little bit that do a lot better with more downforce versus less. So it's another thing to check out.
Yeah, it should be a fun one with the heat and the feature tonight. As qualifying's underway, I think it's time for little picks here, isn't it, boys?
I got you. I got my pick. I planned this one out. So
Oh, man,
I
he's
actually
excited.
got this.
He's excited.
So not
I need
only
to get the list up.
So not only do I hate that this
Oh.
topic was brought up pre-race, but like it might be one of the worst cars I've ever put out there wise, and it's the 13. That thing is ugly, and it is based off of Ed Pompa's car, and I'm sure Matt knows that.
It's a Clemson car. That's what it is.
Anyway,
That's why I
that's
like
my
it
pick
so
is the
much.
13. Goody, who you got?
Well, I was told to pick this driver because he's going to be a future Do Good member. I'm going to go with the one car of Ethan Burrell.
Ethan, whoa!
Future do-good member. Are we breaking news on picks?
Whoa!
Is he gonna
Well,
race
not-
OSCA next year?
Not OSCA. Not
Darn.
No.
Oh,
Darn! Come
Matt,
on.
who you got?
oh, we were breaking news.
Oh crap! I forgot. I'm
No.
third in points now because I suck at making picks. Apparently,
No, it's
who I
because you
got?
don't turn off your microphone. You breathe
I
into
got.
it.
I got.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the microphone. I don't know what to tell you. Braxton Deweese.
All right, it's on me then, right? This week's Sugar Moon Creations on Etsy. Pick is he's gonna hate me. He's gonna say I jinxed him. We're gonna get these chase off started right. Give me the 12.
Damn.
And you've already pitched him.
Yep. That's why it's not first.
Carlos,
it's
who you
third
got?
on the board.
All right. Well, as I sit down and I turn on, I light another one of my candles so I can put it directly underneath my Sugar Moon's Creations wax melts. I got hay fever on right now, and boy, let me tell you what. If I ever grew up in the countryside, I'm sure this is what it would remind me of. Sitting here, relaxing. Because everything is cool, everything is alright. I got a solid lead. You can see right there in the graphics. And I am enjoying my broadcasting life, alright? I have a feeling. He wanted to race this race, but I told him no. I said, I want to give Drew a shot. He's my man for this week. You're already racing in the number 92 next week. You've already raced 92 this year. But Vic, he sniffed around. He smelled what I was cooking. And he didn't like that I put this guy out in pasture. Vic was like, come here. You're going to drive for me, son. And he was like, yes, Dada. I will drive for you. And I am going to choose my boy Justin Kolb to have a great run in this first half of the number 82 machine.
When did Johnny Eckert become Carlos? 'Cause
Thank
that clock took
Adam. I hate. I've been
forever.
waiting to say that.
You know, I was wondering, did you write that during the off week, or did you just
I played D&D a
couldn't
lot.
tell if you were Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were stalling or you're very theatrical there. Yeah, that makes sense now. But Braxton DeWeese gets the pole here tonight for the 17Media 136. Cameron Rich will start along the outside. So those guys, again, as we've seen it all season long, can't shake each other. And heading into round one of the chase-offs, they're right there on the front row, followed by Damian Lanninger, Ethan Burrell, then DJ Weeks, and Ray Bracey, which we got to take a good look at that car because that thing is pretty cool looking right now, I gotta say. But I'm trying to look through the field here, guys. Any chase-off guys that are kind of in a little bit of trouble with their starting position?
Is David
I believe
Westergreen?
Darren Staff.
Oh,
where's
Darren,
Darren?
we talked
Oh.
about this, Darren.
Yeah, Darren.
I told him qualifying is very important.
Well, he struggled in practice too. He wasn't that slow, but he doesn't seem to have it quite figured out yet. He's got a little sprint race here to do that before the
FA's
big
back
main
in
one.
23rd.
Also, 33 cars, guys.
It's a field.
yeah.
Yeah,
Leads usually drop off when the playoffs begin.
Yeah, this is picking up. I like it, but Darren's staff might have the Dale Earnhardt approach. Can't qualify worth the crap, but we'll see him running maybe top 5 or top 10 by the end of the night.
There
Maybe
is a
Dale
Dale
Earnhart.
Earnhardt.
Look at the Ty McIntosh.
Yeah.
What do we
He's
got
got
like?
the-
Maybe he's thinking like a goal of 8 for the invert.
The Intimidator.
In time.
Oh, is that what that
That's
is?
that's what it is. The Intimidator. Yes.
Let's. I'll look up individual cars and I'll show you who we have for the in-car cameras today. But let's go ahead and pull up that seating for the playoffs here at the OSCA.
All right.
Yeah, as you see, Cameron Rich with the points lead. Braxton DeWeese, our regular season champion, will be seated in second. So that's got a little bit of work to do. He's only 4 points back, but keep note with those two guys battling. Yeah,
That
So
top
who-
three
who-
hasn't really changed much all season.
not too much. It's seating wise, it's pretty much as expected. Any Chargers, any underdogs would you like to take? Who's the emotional support pick here in the chase-offs that you think?
Emotional support.
It's a bit
David
biased.
Westergreen's going to climb those standings.
It's a bit biased, but I think Darren's staff is going to outperform more
he
than
will.
a lot of people think. He climbed from the depths of hell to get up into this chase-offs.
You are very poetic. Sam.
Yeah, you are. And
I'm
I
gonna
think
jump on the
he's very
Kynan
well.
Jones bandwagon.
All right. Well, since I'll pick someone you guys, I guess, haven't, but James Watson, he's in 6th. He's not too far back in the number-wise standings, but he's got some ways to go points-wise to catch Cameron Rich, and he's had some pretty solid runs in that 43 car. I think besides last week, I think he struggled a little bit. But
All right, let's take a look at in-car cams.
yeah.
While we're
Who
doing
do we
that,
have?
over under on cautions, 15. So
Ooh.
think about that while we look at these.
Oh,
games.
under. Under, for
Under?
sure. All right. Well, let's take a look at in-car cameras. Do we have a Ray Bracey? We sure do. What about a Timothy
Oh.
Conrad? Yes, we do. Oh, Tim, that's a little too low, but you can see all those bucks. Shane DiMantono, Zach Evans, there he is with the white gloves. Robert Hill not racing tonight. Nick Delicato, no siree. Ty McIntosh? Oh, Ty's a no-show. Dallas, my hand. There he is with the VR setup. Adam Peeler is a no. Seth Rawls, no. Cameron Rich, oh, Cam, you let me down, buddy. Darren Staff, look at that man. There he is. Isn't he dreamy? And Jake Scar, he does have an in-car camera. It just takes forever to load. There it is. There's Jake's. Jordan Tarbo, no. Pace car's off.
We
Pace
still got
car's
half a
off.
lap.
Oh. That's right. I was getting excited. I'm thinking the old configuration, of course, the
It's
new
been like 2
configuration
years.
on the dongle. Man, I'm still not used to it. I still don't like it, but anyway, is
It's a
what it
sprint
is. And
race.
here we go. Yeah, sprint race, 36 laps. We'll see who wins half number 1. Top 8 will invert. Braxton DeWeese will lead into the green flag, and we are underway of the 17Media 136 here at Phoenix.
Based off that start, it does not appear you are allowed to cut below that apron before the start finish. I think there are rules in place against that.
I
tonight.
thought I heard otherwise. I couldn't.
I'm
got
going
you.
off the eye
got
test.
you.
Vic's here.
Yeah, I am here. Yeah. So, yes, they are allowed to use it
Oh.
at their own will, but they are not allowed to pass before the start finish line, just like any other weekend. So,
Okay.
Fair's fair. Got
And
the
there-
cars
oh.
fanning out.
Definitely some guys down there being aggressive with it. I like to see it.
Yeah, almost like a real life Phoenix race, and you see some. That's one thing I do like about Phoenix. I'm not a big fan of the start finish line not being where they're at right now. There, it just kind of bugs me. But gotta love the cars fanning out multiple lines. Generally, I don't know if any of you guys had any luck. Through the turns 1 and 2 now have always been pretty multi-groove racings, but the 3 and 4, the old turns 1 and 2, I always found like it was harder to make multiple lines work in that corner.
Yeah,
Definitely a
it's-
bottom corner. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's definitely that one's bottoming. This 3 and 4, or our current 1 and 2. Good lord, our current 1 and 2 Yeah, you can definitely make more lines work. Maybe even all 3 lines work. It just depends on the situation. I've heard overall, though, I do remember hearing now that once you get into that longer run, the bottom lane starts to go away. And if you want to make up ground, it's not going to be on the bottom. And conversely, if you want to defend, it is definitely the top line you'll pick to defend. But I don't know if that applies to 3 and 4.
So we'll have to see how that plays in. Well, I suppose even at later run here of this sprint race here, as we are currently in lap 5 of 36, and as again the common tale, we've seen the rear bumper cam of Braxton DeWeese had a bumper full of Cameron Rich right up there. Any movers and shakers so far? Hey, Justin Cole up 3 spots.
Neil Rutt's up 4.
Yeah, and that awesome, beautiful paint scheme for that 66.
Gilberto's down 4, unfortunately.
We do have Darren Staff marching his way up. He started 29th. He's currently working on Capiano for 23rd. That's one to watch, him being towards the bottom of that chase-off seating.
Yeah, and again, a guy who Carlos says has the issue with qualifying, trying to work his way up through the field. And
it's kind
no
of
caution.
No caution on the track.
I think that might be towards the back of the field.
Carpenter Conrad.
We don't see anything.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. What a Tabasco fiasco scenario we have going on right now. Oh, and look at that. The wheel's destroyed. The rear wheel. Oh, let's zoom in one more time. The rear wheel is destroyed, so you couldn't even drive away. I see Carpenter, Tim Conrad, Rashid Coles. Let's go and pull up that replay.
Those things are junk, man. How hard did they hit?
Take a look at the 3-wide TV replay here.
Oh,
Carpenter
Oh, wow.
gets off the wall.
Oh,
Man.
no, Rashid.
Oh.
He's just hanging out back there, man.
Man, poor Rashid, nowhere to go. I know Carpenter was saying he just was struggling to get this track figured out, and
That's not happened yet, has it?
yeah,
Poor
definitely
guy.
hasn't figured it out. Yeah, but oh man, I know I think he said something apologizing to Tim, felt bad about that, but also got to feel bad. Here's your right on board with the Rashid Coles, who had
Didn't really know where you
absolutely
could go.
nowhere to go. Yeah.
well, good thing it's a sprint.
Yeah.
My
We'll be
hand,
back out there in about
Capilano,
15 minutes.
Francis, Kynan Jones, Dewar, Westergreen, Tepe, Scarborough, Kenton,
I
Tubb,
like-
Starbolt, Carpenter, Conrad, and Coles all went down pit road.
I like that. You don't need to pit, but if you're outside the top 20, why the heck not? Joe Francis pit from 12th.
Wow.
Lost 10
Take
spots.
a gamble.
I mean, hey, why not? You still got laps
Especially-
to make tires work. I just don't know how much they will work.
And I think too, when you see Braxton DeWeese and Cameron Rich 1-2 right now, you know those are the guys that Joe's chasing. You got to try something different.
Might as well.
I commend it. Yeah.
You know, Joe is already doing solid work for himself. I think he had gained a couple spots at that point, or at least he was running well. But you know, I don't blame him. You know, if they get some time to pass some cars, and if they get a caution in 10 to 15 laps, you know that either the front half of this field will pit, or they won't pit and they'll be bunched up with the freshest tires in the field again. So it's definitely a move I would want to make now. I wouldn't want to be the guys, you know, with 15 laps to go in this thing. Do I pit and go to the back? Or do I stay up front and I'm still just right in front of the guys who are on fresher tires than me?
We're going
Look at that.
green, green this time, I should say.
Puts Joe in the driver's seat.
Yeah. I like that. As they're getting ready to go green on lap number 10 of 36 here of the opening sprint of the 17Media 136 here at Phoenix. Getting ready to go to the Geico restart zone. Green flags back out. Great jump by Braxton. He'll take the lead. Damian looking on the inside, cutting that apron. Trying to get by Cameron Rich. It looks like he will do so, but see what kind of run Rich gets on that top side. Looks like Damian will hold on to that second spot for now.
Real tight racing towards this back of the pack, and we're starting to see what these guys were talking about. Everybody has no problem getting down into the corner, but everybody's washing up. Oh, Dustin Dewar spinning in the back. Tepe's in the wall.
Oh, Tepe.
That is a chase-off guy.
Yeah, that's one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it looks like
damage.
Yeah, they were about 3 wide going into the corner, and I don't know if Dusty knew he was 3 wide. He was coming down the track like there was 1 car below him. He might have not known he had 2 cars below him.
Take a look at the 3 wide TV replay. Uh-oh. Yep, I just think he wasn't
Probably just didn't know.
quite aware. Yep.
We got more guys
drivers going down
pit
pit
road
road. Yeah.
Yeah, Neil Rutt, Zach Evans, Darren Staff. Now that I'm questioning it now because now you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball. I feel like you're behind those guys. I mean, for the rest of the race, you'll be on the fresher tires, but now you're behind everybody else who pit.
Yeah, and really not maybe 1 lap of green flag runs in.
I mean,
maybe they got information from the guys who pitted that the tires were burning off faster than they thought, so they went ahead and pitted themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, that's possible.
it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, possible.
It's just, I would have loved to be part of that first group that came and took the tires.
Agreed.
But you know, if
Well,
they start having a bunch of cautions, will it even matter? You know.
yeah, Tim Conrad, I believe, came over the radio and said it could be one of those nights here tonight. And for one guy that wants to see that right now, it's our leader Braxton DeWeese, who put a little gap. You know, being the leader obviously is where you want to be, but to also see Cameron Rich now gonna be restarting 3rd.
There is no choose rule tonight, correct?
Correct.
Cam chose the inside.
So
He chose the inside there.
So, what do you think if you're Braxton though, the guy who will get to choose what lane he'll go
The
in?
bottom, right? You just take the bottom, shortcut it. I mean, no one can really get around you if you do that.
Yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting about that.
Here's what I'm wondering. There are some
Not
tracks
really.
like Chicagoland, if I remember, where cutting down to that apron and running that flatter part of the track is bad for the tires. I'm wondering if it is more beneficial with these cars with their lack of grip already to not cut. It's not that much of a transition. I don't know. I agree.
I think
Ethem.
it might
agree.
be more
Pick
of
the
a
bottom,
transition thing.
pick the bottom, take the shortcut. I agree.
It's just easy, right? You
It's
get to
easy.
the start finish line, you hang a left, and they're not going to go under you at that point. So,
Yeah.
well, I'd say that, but Ross Chastain and Chase Elliott proved me wrong. So, I guess it's possible.
But you know, one thing I was just wondering, and the reason why I brought it up too, because now Cameron Rich will be behind Braxton DeWeese, and we've seen Damian make that move to get into 2nd place from 3rd.
The interesting thing is, I've yet to really see the 2nd place guy chase the 1st place guy down there. It's like he lets him go down there, and 2nd place just stays up on the normal track and accepts it going into.
I wonder if that's like being conservative thing. Some guys are afraid to go
Right.
down there when they know there's a car down there. Like, am I going to go down there and go down too far and turn them? Or, I mean,
But
I agree.
if you wanna hold 2nd, you might have to chase the guy down.
So you're probably going to see, if Damian doesn't go down there, you're going to see Cameron Rich get into 2nd place before we even take the next lap.
Although I think if one guy's gonna roll the dice and try to
Damian.
cut, yep, Damian's gonna do it. As we approach the Geico restart zone, we'll get the green flag with 22 laps to go of our 36 lap sprint. See if Braxton, yep, there he cuts it. Damian didn't cut it.
Yeah.
Well, he cut it a little bit.
Cameron Rich punched
get
the
a good
gas,
start.
and it wasn't time to punch the gas, and he let off, and as soon as he let off, Braxton hit it. I don't know if that was timed really, but I think that was just, the timing was bad for Cameron Rich. He kind of got a little unfortunate there. It didn't work
Oh,
for him.
Drew Eisenman with a little issues up against the wall.
Yeah, kicking up a little bit of dust. Gonna keep going here as we complete green flag lap. Cars fanning through Gavin Hibbs, trying to work his way up. He's in the top 4 now, getting around Ethan Burrell, the teammate this week. Looking to kind of turn his luck around. I think he'll tell you he kind of backed into the chase-offs here, and we've seen him much more capable of what his results have been, at least. He's shown some awesome runs so far this season, but hopefully in the chase-offs now he can make a little noise and maybe rattle some cages. Who knows?
There's
I mean,
one guy that I'm sure a lot of people are glad is not in the chase-offs, in my opinion, and that's Ray Bracey. His speed this year has been extremely noticeable, and the fact that he didn't get to run full time, so he's not in the chase-offs, there's probably a lot of guys that don't hate that.
Thank you for reminding me. We're on the same wavelength here tonight, because that's something I was thinking of earlier tonight. I was thinking, like, I wanted to say it, and for some reason I didn't. Thank you for bringing it up. Ray Bracey is a guy that I think of anybody who did not make these chase-offs. I would have loved to see Ray Bracey to make that postseason group. He has been so fast in these things, and he's had so many good runs. And like you said, if we got the chance to see him in a full season effort, I don't think he would have scraped his way in. I think Ray Bracey would have been a serious threat to comfortably make these chase-offs and be competitive late in the season. I mean, he is now. He's not in them, but he's running 7th. He's looking good.
Yeah, he's been certainly fun to watch. I think a couple weeks ago, was it at Lime Rock, had an awesome run. We got to talk to him. So that's always fun to do with old Bojo. Oh, someone got, who's that? Was that Watson?
The 43.
Yeah. The old Hanna-Barbera car.
Like Justin Cole gave somebody a break in the corner. He lifted. He's paying the price now. But it's good.
Yeah,
on
that was
him not
cold.
breaking. I couldn't see who was in front of him, but he did a good job lifting.
Joe Francis, full send using that apron. He's cutting it significantly deeper than anybody else right now. He's trying to use this. He's trying to use these tires on the bottom to work for him, and it's just not working. Just can't make the speed on the bottom. Oh, little contact there. Cole almost turned Carlson. That is going to make those guys 3 wide again.
Yeah,
really tight there.
Up.
But Joe got all of them.
Yeah, Joe does. He's moved up to the 14th position. So 2 spots away from that 12th starting spot that he started from.
Goodness, and if you look just a little bit behind him, it is a bit of a hornet's nest from about 15th on back.
Yeah, it's a gaggle of cars trying to maneuver here through Phoenix as we got 15 laps to go here in half number 1. But right now, Braxton DeWeese still up front. We've got this gaggle of cars. We're riding on board with Dallas Mahan, pulling away from Cameron just a little bit.
Have to wonder, maybe. I was going to say Cameron Rich could be saving a little bit because he usually doesn't get pulled away from, but there's 15 laps to go. How much can you save?
I think he also got hung up behind Leinemann a bit too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which didn't help.
Damien's also not going anywhere. He's still being problematic for Cameron.
Yeah, right on the back bumper there. And
Caution.
Oh boy.
Dewar.
This could make this.
Dewar and Alex Kenton as well.
Oh boy.
Well, I think I said something about do you pit or do you not pit with 15 laps to go, and right on cue.
Look at where we're at.
What happened here? Oh.
Trying to correct it, and Dusty was there. Yeah, way up.
Blame that on Kenton being rusty. For while he was out serving his military duty, he's back. Blame that on rust.
Wrecked Dusty being rusty.
And coincidentally, Dusty's old favorite driver was Rusty Wallace. Fun fact for you.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Riding on board here with Dewar. Oh yeah, nowhere to go. In the wall, so rough half for both Kenton and Dewar.
We got guys coming down pit road. Drew Eisenman, the furthest up from 11th. James Watson as well, and not that many. James Watson, Kyle Carlson, Kynan Jones, Zach Evan, and then just the guys with damage.
I thought maybe we'd see like Braxton kind of be the lone duck out there, seeing Cameron Rich, but I guess Cameron Rich playing a conservative call too. He doesn't want to shake away from Braxton. If he would have came down pit road, wasn't able to work his way through the field.
No, it's not one of those races where you want to do that. I think it's too early to be taking swings like that. If you can finish second to your main title competitor, one way is, dang, he finished a spot better. But another way is, if I'm the guy who wins the race, my primary competition for this championship finished directly behind me, I'm thinking, well, dang, I didn't really gain anything.
And if you're Cameron Rich too, what you're thinking about right now probably is just how to clear Leinemann off the 2. So Leinemann having the bottoms, that's probably what he's most concerned with at the moment. So
yeah. And again, something that Damien almost gave up that spot to Cam too off that last restart when Damien restarted second. So it'll be interesting to see what unfolds here, which should be around 10 laps to go. And man, should I talk about? I don't want to jinx the guy, but I'm liking that run out of the Intimidator.
Yeah.
Ty McIntosh in 6th place. Is he running that old Dale Intimidator scheme for just a new fresh life here to wind down the season? I don't know. I like it. I like the way he's running tonight.
Hopefully to explain, I think.
So I made him the scheme to symbolize the fact that he's at the point in his season where he should stop taking everybody's shit.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Agreed.
Like, that's from a friend standpoint and a league owner standpoint. I think that Ty needs to stop taking everybody's shit, for lack of a better word, and needs to just be more aggressive. Stop letting everybody use him up.
Looks
And I
good,
think
Seth.
that I think the new scheme will help that attitude.
yeah.
Listen,
so it
FCC
looks like the
guidelines
new
give
trend
us
is working.
3 uses of the S word, so you already used it twice. So hold on that until
I
maybe
think
the latter half
we're-
of the.
We're PG-13, so yeah, we get. I thought it was 4 uses of the S word, but 1 new word.
It might be
yeah,
4.
only one.
I don't want to risk it.
We get one
I don't
F-bomb.
know.
We
I
get
don't
one
know.
F-bomb.
Hey, Vic.
All I know is we get 1 F-bomb.
Yeah, we
Vic,
got one.
is it one F-bomb per half or one all night, Vic?
What?
Nothing, Vic. Don't worry about
It's
it. We're not-
okay. I don't plan on saying it anymore. There was just no other word that I could describe.
Yeah, that's fair. As the pace car dives off, we'll have to take about a quarter of a lap away around to get to the Geico restart zone. Braxton DeWeese, 10 laps to go to seal another victory tonight. Clinching the regular season championship last week. Trying to kick off these chase-offs the right way. The victory over Cameron Rich. Another good start. See if Cam can cut the corner.
I think he might be clear. If not, he'll have the
Yeah.
advantage here. Oh, it's narrow. It's very narrow. Damien is still there. I think Cameron might get that bite off the corner, though.
He gets the bite, stays in
Contact!
front.
Contact! Oh, that might be big. That's big. Oh, that is the big one. Oh, that's the huge
my
one.
Goodness. Oh, it's a bowling alley.
Oh, what chase-off guys were not involved?
Oh,
at
someone's
this
upside
point?
down.
That was
Someone
from
got
Ethan.
upside down?
That's more shit.
Wow.
That was Ethan Burrell getting a little. He drifted up and into Gavin Hibbs off the corner, and that is what started it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was an upside down car. I thought it was, oh, wow. That escalated quickly. That was intense.
Gavin was
Ethan
telling
Burrell.
me. Gavin was telling me at the end of last week how us shift guys can't seem to keep off of each other. Well, it doesn't seem to matter who's in the car.
Oh, Gavin was the one upside down.
And
Oh my goodness.
Brace-
the 89 and the 13 were just in the right spot. They were on the high line as it started, and everything just goes below them, and then it just opens up, like just clear.
Seas parted for only those two because it was a log jam
Pretty
after
awesome.
that. And man, Gavin Hibbs, just talking about him, trying to have a good run, and once again, just the luck of it all. And Ethan, I feel bad because I feel like I jinxed Ethan here, but to be fair,
Probably.
he told me to pick him tonight. Is that
It's
should wash away my sin of that one, right?
That's a
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh man, that Gavin Hibbs flipping upside down has to be the most depressing shot I've ever seen. And then, of course, who gets into him? Gilberto was the one who made contact with Gavin Hibbs as he's going upside down.
So
Oh,
a
my
lot
goodness.
of guys on pit road, but we've got some chase-off beneficiaries here. Cooper Johnson, Joe Francis, and David Westergreen. None of those guys got through without some sort of damage, but they all restarted outside the top 10, and now they all find themselves inside the top 10.
Wow, the 13,
Cooper got a little bit
87, and the 89 were the only ones that didn't get it.
Wow.
Because they had the only open track.
Cooper, Joe, and David did get damage, but not like significant.
I don't know. That one shot that Bojo got in the front of the 91, I gotta wonder if that's gonna.
Well, yeah, well,
That's
you
gonna
might be
smart.
right. I think Joe got away the cleanest, and I think David got away pretty clean as well.
That shot just looks crazy. 6 cars come away, and then there's just a gaggle behind
Just
it.
a-
Yeah.
Man, it was.
Yeah, you're right. Cooper did take a pretty decent lick, but I mean, hey, probably put the clutch in and saw it was 2K RPM. Keep it out there.
Yeah. Just, man,
Magic 2K number.
I mean, it almost reminds me of the Talladega wreck where I think Chad Thirnquist was the only one to make it through for the win. Just that many cars, but that was a gaggle. That was a wreck, boys.
Being
We're at a
requested
fourth
for
caution.
me to play the in-car camera of the 00. I shall do that very
Let's do
quickly.
it for old
Yeah.
Kate Tuss.
I'll do this very quickly.
He's already got damage previously. Let's see if he gets any more.
Oh, you know he is. He's going bowling here in a second. Oh, no.
Whoa!
No way.
Oh, what?
Just a little kiss there. Just a little kiss. He's good. He's good.
Kids. He felt left out by the time you dodge about 3 of them. You feel like he's missing out on all the fun. Wow.
That was some good hands driving moment right there.
Yeah.
We had one.
I'll see.
I bet you, yeah, the pucker factor there, it wouldn't
Hey,
let
the
water out.
Intimidator's fourth.
Intimidator's fourth on the outside. Green flag back out. Braxton DeWeese restarts the race with only 4 laps to go. Cameron Rich seems like he did a much better job. Damien's there a little bit.
Oh, contact!
Damien
Oh, Damien moved him out of the way.
moved him
That was
out of the way.
clean. That was clean.
That was the cleanest
almost
I've ever
looked like-
seen in my life.
Well,
Man,
what started is Braxton missed a corner, and they both checked up, but Damien didn't check up last one.
Man, that almost looked like Jeremy Mayfield getting back of Dale Earnhardt in the
Oh, yeah.
Pocono 2000.
McIntosh is going after Cameron Rich. Getting into one.
Going on the inside, taking a look. Is it going to happen a second lap in a row? I thought maybe. Dylan Thomas now on the outside of Ty McIntosh, battling for that 4th position. Looks like the 13's going to get him right now.
I don't want to talk about it. It's 2 cars. 2 of my cars finally going to get a top 5.
Well, hang
they're
on
racing-
now.
and they're racing each other.
He's still. They're still 4th and 5th. Come on now.
I know, but I don't want to jinx it.
2 laps to go. Everyone trying to get whatever position they can here in this sprint. Again, top 8 cars will invert. Right now, that would be Joe.
Are they reckoning back?
How about that?
Trying to get an extra point off Cooper Johnson right now, though.
I think Damien's catching Braxton. I don't think
White
he has
flag.
enough time, but it looks like he's catching it.
See if he can make one last ditch effort going through 1 and 2 here. Final lap for Braxton DeWeese. Regular season champion trying to kick the chase off just right. And it looks like all he has to do is make a smooth 3 and 4, and he's going to take half number 1 of the 17Media 136. And here
Not
it
half
is.
one.
Or sprint.
I
Braxton
didn't.
DeWeese,
Half the field hitting the wall.
Damian Leinemann.
I
Oh,
didn't
boy.
jinx it. Look, it's official. I did not jinx Damien.
He
Job.
I
didn't.
can officially say it.
But he didn't win, though. You know, here's the thing. I was going to pick Leininger. That's who my choice was. And somebody took him from me. And unfortunately, he got a second because I knew he would.
Yeah. Damn it. Oh man, but how about did Bracy? Did I see the standings right?
Ray Brace did not finish top 10.
Okay, no, that was just a jumble. Okay, I was looking at something else. Okay.
However, the chase-off guys that did not run top 10 all day, Joe Francis, Cooper Johnson, Kynan Jones, David Westergreen, all finishing 11th or better. I mean, they just didn't get their qualifying runs all that well, and they kind of had to fight all day, and they ended up in the top 10 either way. Top 11.
Yeah, hey. That's a good way to kick it off, especially when it wasn't looking to to be their night, but should we go poach old Braxton, or should we do our picks first?
You know what? I don't think we should do a mid-race interview tonight.
Oh, okay. Fair
I'm gonna be
enough.
honest with you. I really
Not
don't.
mid-race.
At least not the winner. I think we have somebody that we should interview. We should do our picks first. And
Okay.
you know, Carlos,
Wow, really?
you might be
Wow.
leading, but you had the worst half.
Thank God. We're all losing by Lex points now.
It happens sometimes, unfortunately. All right, it's an unfortunate circumstance. It can happen. Okay, it sucks. Western Green in half number 2.
Ooh, okay.
That's ballsy. Goody, who
He's
you
gonna
got?
get me a solid amount of points. Okay, I don't see why you're being such a hater right now.
I know statistics.
Man, I'm not thoroughly prepared for this, but give me the 87 of Zach Rogers.
Okay.
Good pick. And up next is surprisingly me.
Unreal.
So yeah, this is disappointing.
I'm
So
not
I
gonna
need
do
to,
it.
I need to tank this because otherwise this is gonna go way too well for myself. And of course by tanking it, I mean of course I'm not going to tank it. And I'm gonna pick Jordan Marble.
Is it my turn
That's
or?
gonna have to pick. It's totally not gonna tank it. He's gonna do great.
I think it's my turn.
And
You pick
yeah, it's
Braxton,
Adam.
Right. Oh, right.
I will take. Give me the pole sitter for this half. Give me Caden Toast.
I like that pick.
Keaton Tubbs.
Who will I pick?
Short
Let's
track
see.
kid.
No.
Well, this guy was looking pretty good before he decided to nuke the whole field. I'll take Ethan Burrell.
Well, now he'll do well because I picked him this last half. So.
Okay, and you know, so I said we shouldn't get the winner. But you know, somebody we should get, and I hope he's okay with this. But I'm gonna move him because I don't really care because he was in there for a while. But I think we should get Gavin.
Kate Lytle.
I think we should get Gavin Hibbs because Gavin has had the worst luck.
Yeah, bring him in.
I mean,
So here he is.
yeah, he's
Got
here.
Gavin.
He's here.
Gavin, do not repeat any of the words you said in the Shift Esports chat. Thank you.
I'm not.
I mean, Gavin, I feel like I jinxed you too. I was expecting you to make some noise. You talked about the bad luck you had in the regular season. Thought maybe this was the turnaround, and Lady Luck bit you in the ass again.
Yeah, that's a story of this year. So, you know, Lady Luck loves to bite me in the ass week in, week out. You know,
Loves you.
doesn't matter how
Yeah.
well you run the race. It's just matters of how you finish. And Lady Luck, you know, likes to play with me a little bit there. So,
Yeah, I'm almost thinking she's like Lucy, and you're Charlie Brown. She keeps pulling the football away.
yeah. At first, at the beginning of the year, I was like, all right, no big deal. And then, really, with it being a weekly occurrence, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
Yeah, and you know, with the contact coming from your teammate, was there any dialogue exchanged between you two about that incident?
I'm gonna say a negative on that one.
Okay. Oh boy. Anyone else got anything? I the only thing I could think of.
I
was,
think we could probably send him back to the garage area. Who you got to thank though first?
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, gotta thank, you know, obviously Doug Press Media Solutions, them being my sponsor throughout the whole year and them going through the hell with me. Seth Rawls and Shifty Sports, you know, we've been so unlucky all year long, but, you know, we're ready to bounce back. And then obviously my parent team, Strictly Stock Motorsports, you know, I know Jesse's probably watching right now, supporting me and Joe, but trying to ready for the half number 2.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to you, and I'm hoping we're gonna talk to you for once in a positive way, and I'm hoping it's coming right here in half number 2. Or
I
the
hope so,
feature,
too.
I should say. Yeah. All right, Gavin. Well, you have a good night. Go give him hell. Go do something crazy.
Oh, I'll give him hell, all right.
Hell yeah, I love it. I love it, man. But the dejection in his voice, man, that was heartbreaking.
And by the way, that wasn't an issue.
And
That wasn't an issue with his voice, ladies and gentlemen. That was an issue with the in-car antenna. When they flipped the car back over, the antenna was still tipped over just a little bit.
So it took it
Yeah, it
down
was-
like half a note and made it a little quiet.
Yep.
So okay, I usually don't inject myself into this. I brought Gavin in because he, just like Ty, yeah, usually I try not to. I try to let you guys do this, but I brought him in because I think, just like Ty, he's one of those people that needs to stop taking everybody's stuff. Like, he needs to be a guy that needs to be aggressive and push through it instead of being the victim. I know that, like, this time it was 100% out of control. Like, there's nothing he could have done. But I think that's the attitude he needs to start taking, is he needs to just absolutely gap everyone. He's capable of it. He needs to start doing it.
Yeah, and I think you see that a lot from a lot of drivers. Again, like you said, Ty McIntosh, the one that we were just talking about earlier in the night. But I think almost every driver goes through some sort of moments and feelings like this, and sometimes it's kind of, you got to be the old gunslinger, start shooting from the hip, and just letting the cards fall where they may, or I don't know, however you want to say that, and then slowly but surely the odds turn in your favor, and you put this thing behind you. But for both those guys in particular, though, it's just crazy for how long of a stretch. I mean, I don't know if you, Peeler, or Matthew can relate to that, but generally, if
Yes.
if
Yes,
it
I
was
can.
me, it only lasts for maybe like 4 weeks or something. But to last for 13, 14 weeks already, that it's got to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate. Going back to last season, I finished 2 halves without incident. I went back and went through them all, and only one of them was my fault. So I completely understand. It's a low place to be. It's hard to keep doing this. Sometimes you just got to remember that you're doing it for fun more than the competitive side. You kind of got to let that take over. I will say this, just so we can get out of the negative vibes a little bit. If we could put a camera on Neil Rutt, I would appreciate that, Carlos. Do that for me real
Let me
quick.
find them.
All right,
Neil
so
Rutt.
this beautiful paint scheme that says "Sorry Vic" on it. Neil is racing mainly because I asked him to, and 2 because he knew it would make Vic mad. So that's why we're giving it plenty of camera time. But the good feelings to come out of this is we did lose Aaron Leinemann last year, and he was here every week almost in the OSCA series. He was a great guy, great driver. I think we all loved racing around him. Cool story behind that is Neil's wheel actually broke after the race last week, and Aaron Leinemann's family gave Neil Aaron's old racing wheel so he could continue to race on iRacing. I know they were really good friends, and that's just a really cool story. Aaron is still with us in OSCA through Neil right now, which is just a cool thing to kind of look at and just shine some light on.
Yeah, and talking with Neil in the Do Good chat before the race, him and Dave Carpenter were kind of joking around about Aaron's still with them because when they used to be in the same Discord for 3 Pedal Mafia, you could always hear Aaron's wheel squeaking, and so he started turning the wheel, making practice laps for tonight, and he heard the wheel squeak, and he's like, "Oh, god damn it, Aaron's still here. One last way just to kind of annoy the piss out of me," which fit his personality so well. So kind of cool story there for Neil Rutt. But
And now we
with
would do
that-
anything to hear that wheel squeak again.
yeah, well, Neil can hear it.
I mean,
So at least there's that.
I mean, we race every week. We get mad at each other, but I mean, I've grown friendships through the league. Plenty of people have. I know we all have. So
Green flags
it
coming out.
does mean a lot to us for the wheel to be here tonight.
As right as you are. It's time for some business.
Time for some business. Zach Rogers kicking off the feature on the pole, cuts down to the inside of the track. Joe Francis on the outside. Actually, wow, really good run for Joe on the outside there. Sticking alongside, side by side, battling for the lead.
Yeah, and that's huge for Joe. You know, Braxton Deweese, Cameron Rich, and Damian Leininger kind of ran things that first half. They all started in the top three. They all finished in the top three. And now Joe Francis has a real chance to put some distance between himself and those guys. But look at Cameron Rich already up working on third spot. He's got a huge jump on Braxton Deweese.
Can I point out something that we didn't get to point out because we were talking about Aaron? I picked Caden Tusk because he was going to be on the pole, and he got disconnected and then had to reconnect, so now he's in the...
Sounds like me last week.
That sounds like my luck all season.
I'm sad. I'm sad.
I don't even feel bad for you. Misery loves company.
That battle for the lead is still raging on, and it's about to get a little bit spicier.
They are 3 wide in the back, 2 rows deep.
Cameron Rich has found his way to the front already.
Looks like the night time's the right time for this track because these guys are duking it out, and there's no clear, distinct advantage here between Joe Francis and Zach Rogers. Well, maybe just as they say that, Joe Francis pulls away, clears the 87, I believe. Yes, he does.
Yeah, the only problem with that, though, is Cameron Rich. Those guys were fighting for so long. Cameron's going to follow him right through to second. And, you know, Joe hasn't been quite as fast as we normally see out of him tonight. Still, he's plenty fast enough to stay up there in the lead. But Cameron Rich looks dang good already. He's going to have his hands full here with this 29 car.
And you know, we had that sorrowful, not sorrowful, but just kind of down, somber interview with Gavin Hibbs. Is this correct? He's up 12 spots already in 19th position.
Braxton Deweese just killed the wall.
That is huge.
I don't know if he got any damage, but he hit it a ton.
Oh, there is significant damage. You are correct, by the way, about... Okay, the hit wasn't as bad, but you are correct. It was a pretty good hit. There's damage on that right side of the car. That could absolutely affect the handling of that race car.
We did see him last week at Atlanta get some damage and able to get the victory and see if he can still remain competitive back in that fifth position.
And these guys should know. These guys should know what the tires are going to do, right? So the last run, the guys who didn't pit was about 8 laps short of the fuel run.
Yeah.
They have a good idea of what the tires are going to do on this run.
I think Joe Francis on that top line, that is the preferred defensive line. Cameron Rich with a really good run this time. Joe's going to have to cut down if he wants to keep the lead. It doesn't look like he does. Oh, he's still there. Get a good enough run off the corner.
Yeah, he gets a good run to that dog leg for choosing how high he is running. But yeah, I think Cameron's going to prevail here. But, you know, kind of like what Adam was just talking about, the tires, they should get a good sense of how much the tire wears. But how hard is it to adjust from, you know, going from a sprint race where you're kind of, for the most part, letting it all hang out? Oh boy, almost contact there. Was there contact there?
Zach Rogers got the wall just about. Got ran into by Braxton Deweese. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I was going to say, to answer your question, Goody, I don't think that you're worried about it, right? Like, we didn't see anybody really drive through the field. I mean, maybe that was just because of the wreck, which is completely possible, but we saw the guys that stayed out are the ones who finished up front, right? So maybe they're thinking they can just run as hard as they want for 44 laps and the tires will hold on.
I know Gavin Hibbs is. You already talked about Gavin Hibbs. He's up 16, make it 17 spots. He is pushing as hard as he can, and you know what? Starting 31st, already in a hole. That's what you have to do. He's got to take no prisoners here.
Yeah, and just you know, as Vic was saying, don't take shit from anybody. And right now he's taking a lot of positions right now as he's trying to clinch that 14th spot over Zach Evans, now trying to chase down Neil Rutt. Cameron Rich still holding on to a half-second lead over Joe Francis. Damian Leininger pretty close right behind that in third. The two guys who got into the wall, Zach Rogers, Braxton Deweese, round out your top 5.
See, a little bit of clean air seems to have unlocked Joe Francis a little bit. I know I said he wasn't all that quick tonight, it seemed, but I think that was just being buried so far back there. I think Damian and Zach and Braxton might be a little bit quicker than him, but Joe seems to have some pretty good pace here.
You know, I'm looking through the field, a couple other guys that are moving up the ranks. Ethan Burrell up 6 spots to 11th in the 17th starting position. But how about our boy Darren Staff, the guy we talked about on top of the broadcast that didn't get the qualifying run, didn't get either the sprint run that he wanted, but working his way up through the field right now in 20th. Still got some ways to go, but at least it's trending in the right direction.
He's pushing. He's been in that wall a couple times already. Nothing really severe.
Thomas Capiano's around.
Caution is out on lap number 12.
Oh, that's pretty good damage to that car.
I did want to say right before the wreck came out, Kynan Jones started 20th in the first heat and got at the 10th, and he's running 10th. That's a big deal for his point.
Oh yeah, he started so far back in the points. Double top 10 on the night.
That's huge for him.
Pretty good look to the inside wall there for Capuano. Did Eisenman get into him there?
Yeah, it looks like he did.
At the very least, he finished him off. Well, here we go. We got guys coming on pit road. It's a bit of a split decision. Wow, Joe Francis, Damian Leininger, Braxton DeWeese. Some of our top guys in this race so far.
I don't know about this one, guys.
To get that damage.
DeWeese does have damage.
Yeah, DeWeese is the only one that you can fully confirm that he probably had to come down pit road, if not for tires, to fix that damage. I thought I saw Gavin Himpson. Oh, that was the Clemson car. My bad. Different orange and white car.
No, under our normal circumstances, as far as lap counts go, I would agree with this pit call. Carlos is skeptical because we only have 2 sets of tires in the pits. This means for the next 85 laps, they only get 1 more set of stickers. So they're going to have to be really careful.
I also want to point out some of these guys have 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds pit stall times.
Okay.
Fuel.
The majority of them are 15 or 14 second pit stops, so expect them to take tires. But there are like 5 or so that went down, got fuel only, maybe repaired a little bit of damage. Sorry to cut you off. Continue.
I was going to say, to play devil's advocate here, I just did it in my head. They only have to pit 1 more time.
Yeah, if you get 44 laps, that'll take us, roughly
to 58.
58.
That's 58, 60. You can make it from there. So these guys who just pitted.
I mean, the guys who haven't pit yet are about 12 short of making it on one.
Yeah. So the guys who just pitted and topped off now only have to pit once. The rest of the guys have to pit twice.
Interesting.
Read for thought.
Again, being the longer feature race, it very well could play some sort of factor. Even if we do get cautions, that could play a factor into track position, of course, as well. So maybe not as bad of a decision as we initially thought.
But to be exact, Joe Frank took 4, Braxton DeWeese, Neil Rutt. Braxton DeWeese and Neil Rutt are the guys who took fuel only. Joe Francis and Damian Leininger took 4 tires, and I want to say everybody else, I think when Carlos said a couple, it really was just 2, Neil Rutt and Braxton DeWeese. That is about the biggest wild card of a strategy we'll see, sacrificing your track position for fuel and saving that second set of tires. I mean,
I feel like I am getting unfairly called out here, and I think you should check your facts, sir, okay? That is DJ Weeks, Dustin Dewar, David Carpenter also took sub 10 second pit stops.
Well,
I also do want to talk about something. I don't feel like it gets brought up too much. I'm going to do this quickly, but Zach Evans does donate to charity for the amount of times a driver finishes a half with 0Xs. In the first sprint, he himself finished with 0Xs. So congratulations to him.
Right.
I did not know that. That's actually really awesome.
He donates it to the Me Fund.
I'm not saying I don't agree with the guys who only took fuel, but if the whole point is to take a 1-stop, why not take tires? You can't take one of those sets of tires going to get left in the pits if the strategy works out and you only hit 1 more time.
Just in case there's a late minute caution.
Yeah.
Maybe
it makes
insurance.
sense.
You're totally right. Insurance.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Green flag
That's
is
why you
out.
guys are
Cameron
here.
Rich with a great jump.
I mean, if you're one of those guys and you're thinking that, you're not trying to go full bore on the start.
Oh,
right? You're just praying it gets single filed out.
I think Dallas almost took himself out and almost wrecked Kynan. They're okay though. They saved it.
Save that. It's a gaggle of cars there once again. But mid-pack. As Cameron Ridge takes the lead. Ty McIntosh, how about that moving into the second position? Zach Rogers will retake that spot. Try to chase down the 29 of Cameron Ridge. And how about Gavin Hibbs? Up to 4.
Where's Gavin? Goodness gracious. I mean, I know some guys pit, but he doesn't quit.
Yeah, I think he restarted 8th. I want to say he was 8th when we went back to green. He's already up to that fourth spot. Just a couple laps. He's on the charge. He's looking for more. He's right on the back bumper of Ty McIntosh now, looking to the inside, trying to make a move.
Damian Leinemann took tires, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay, because he is taking people green
Caution.
side on the
Caution, caution.
apron. Go.
Who
I do
was
not
it?
see what
Who
the
got
caution is for.
it? I don't see it either. What?
30.
Look at it.
30.
30? Okay.
3 wide TV replay. Alex Kent. Oh,
Got used up a little bit there by
Got a
Drew
little, got a
Eisenman.
little help.
I don't know if Drew
Yeah.
Eisenman moved up or the 30 moved down.
Hard to tell.
it's maybe the 30.
I think the
coming
30
down a
moved
little
down. And
Yeah, Drew
netcode.
held his line, it looked like.
I think netcode made it worse than it needed to be. There was going to be contact. I don't think the 30 would have spun up though. I think that it just like netcode really shoved him, but there would have been contact.
Yeah, it would have been contact. We've seen some contact already tonight. We've seen Cameron Rich and Damian Leininger get together and just a little bump up
That
the
was
track. I think
perfection,
that's
though.
what it would have been. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Just to add another monkey wrench into this, a little birdie told me that 8 laps of caution under the first set of tires might get you to the home run.
No, we need 8 cautions total.
You need 8 cautions. Sorry, my bad. Never mind. Forget everything. I
Big
just
difference.
said.
Big difference.
I'm an
He
idiot.
tried.
Wait,
He
what was
tried.
the
I just said.
8 cautions will do what for us?
So to make it on a single stop, my factoring is you need 8 cautions in this feature.
Why 8
One
cautions?
pit stop. Because if you
Yeah.
factor in that most cautions last about 5
boot.
laps.
A boot?
About 5 laps, then you factor in that you're saving about 1.5 laps of fuel during the caution. So my factoring is about 8 cautions is what they need.
Yeah, I'd say it's fair.
See, I like Adam's version. I don't know how they save 12 laps of fuel and 8 laps of pacing, but I want to know
You know
that.
what?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. That's all that matters.
I think it's possible.
Let's just move on. At least I didn't say I was in a car when I wasn't.
I don't know what you're talking
Move
about.
on.
Shots fired.
I
More
don't
than
know what he's
once.
saying.
More than once.
Perhaps 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 times.
Yeah, a couple times in the same race.
Sometimes in the same half
Yeah,
even.
one time when I was
Yeah.
in the car, in another car.
Oh boy. So yeah, top 10 kind of jumbled up here with the different strategies and
Ooh, Derek
guys even
Sapp is
charging
up
up
to
to the
10.
field. Yeah, 10. James Watson up to 9th. Kind of Jones, you talked about him. Adam just talked about him a couple cautions ago in that 10th position. How about him in that 5th spot right now?
I mean, that's if he can score a top 10 from where he started, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Damian and Joe didn't really go anywhere. I'm looking at those guys on the tires because they were running top five before they took tires. Damian gained like 3 spots, and Joe actually lost a spot. They did not have great restarts last time around.
They needed it. I was watching them because I was curious. I think if we would have ever got strung out, they would have started moving forward.
You are correct.
But with the fact that they were just all 3 wide bounced up, they had nowhere to go more than anything.
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
mean,
'cause you
Damien was
wanna-
on the apron trying to pass people. So
It doesn't seem to be working that much because I was watching Joe do it all that first half because I know we've got Carlos's feed here. We can watch the race. I was watching Joe try to work his way through the field pretty much that whole first half because he made that call, and it just yeah, you've got more grip down there and you can hold it down there, but like if you're on top of somebody, you can really pin them off the corner. They cannot take that run off, and there just doesn't seem to be enough grip on that bottom to make those runs even on slightly fresher rubber.
We'll see who gets the run here as we complete our second caution.
What a run.
Man, Cameron has figured out these restarts. He's been getting a huge jumps, and one other guy that benefits from it is Ty McIntosh as he moves into second spot once again, trying to hold off Zach Rogers for good this time. But don't look now, here comes Gavin Hibbs.
Contact!
Oh, contact!
And there he goes again.
Hibbs in the wall.
Oh, that's a huge
Oh,
wreck.
and here we go again.
Damien's in it. Darren's in it. Neil Rudd's in it. Dustin Dewar. That is a big one.
Joe Francis is. I think
Joe Francis is fine. He stopped.
I think
Joe's
he's okay.
fine.
Oh my goodness.
DJ
Wow,
Weeks as
wow.
well. Joe and DJ and Rashid Coles also parked it and didn't hit anything.
Damien
Oh,
was
yeah.
driving around backwards.
Nope, never mind. He hit Bojo.
Joe Francis didn't hit anything. I'm amazed.
Joe and DJ, man, both of them. They both loaded up and didn't hit anything. That was awesome.
Zach
So-
Rogers. It was almost the same thing that happened to Gavin Hibbs.
Except
It
that
happened
Gavin
once. Yeah.
this time. Oh, it was netcode, guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm
Netcode.
seeing it. They were both tracking up. I don't know if there was going to be contact, but the inciting contact was netcode from
It
on
looks
my
like
end.
one of them weird things where the car's kind of like put together, like weird net code.
It's close netcode. I don't know if you'll see it from here or not, but from the chase angle, I was able to see it.
Yeah, you can see the netcode starting already.
Yep.
I don't think he was actually going to hit. Gavin was running him close and running him hard, but
I don't know. I
Golly, man.
disagree. I think there would have been contact. But I would need more angles, and thankfully this is not my call.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
All I
It'd be a
want is
tough
the
one.
Joe Francis camera.
Joe Francis?
I need a Joe Francis camera because somehow he did not get hit, and I've yet to figure out how.
he
He stopped, but how he
Francis
didn't
is
get
a-
hit from behind, I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, you know why? Because the guy behind him was doing the same thing. DJ Weeks was doing the exact same thing.
Oh,
actually-
91.
Never mind. You know what? So DJ Weeks behind him did the same thing as I'm yelling about. DJ Weeks did get hit from a spinning David Westergreen.
Said Ray Bracey
Yeah, wow.
had some minimal contact.
So official cause of the caution is going to be netcode. I don't believe the 87 goes around without it.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. I think it's fair. Let's see, Bojo. Oh, that's a hard
Oh,
one.
that's pretty
Oh.
heavy.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's no bueno.
Had to be Gavin.
Justin Culp
What is
was
it with us?
also involved.
You guys pointed out. Who pointed out Damien driving in reverse?
I did.
Did you guys see what Tom did?
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
I saw Damien going backwards.
Tom's was arguably more impressive. Tom was cool.
Being
That
told
was
to look
awesome.
at Braxton's view. We'll take a look at that after we look at Tom's.
Got like all neat and single file with everybody doing it. It's like Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Oh, I see it. Alright, there we see it right there, just barely.
You won't see it from this onboard, but I mean, hey, if you do flip to his reverse cam in the middle of it as he's getting started going, he does a pretty good job slotting it line. I don't think he made all that much contact either.
Someone hit him right there.
Yeah, 54 did.
Weird. This is the bumper camera, but you wouldn't be able to tell, would you?
Look, you just kind
No.
of get some fun.
We're in reverse right now.
Man, he actually had to go around a car too, and
Pretty awesome.
almost as a movie, the movie Y turn.
Here's
Don't
Braxton.
burn out.
Excuse me. There we
That's
go.
me.
Here's Braxton.
Right here. Nice.
What did Braxton see? Oh boy.
One car disappeared.
Yeah, Darren's staff unfortunately is having
Back ahead.
connectivity issues.
Definitely
if that-
didn't make it, did he?
Who didn't?
No, Tepe
Tepe.
was spinning like a top.
Okay, I didn't
got-
see.
Yeah, he
About
got
to
here
go
we
green
go.
here, guys.
Half
Mhm.
the field is crashed again. It's the nature
Yeah.
of these.
I
they
go
all just-
back to it, man. Conan Jones with a double top 10 tonight would make up so many points.
He's fifth right now. He's doing great.
Yeah. How about James Watson in fourth? We're back to green flag racing as per usual. Cameron Rich rockets to the top spot. Ethan Burrell taking advantage of that third starting position. Takes second place over Ty McIntosh, and James Watson and kind of Jones duking it out for that fourth spot right now.
I feel like a broken record. I've been saying Joe's name a ton over the last 3 weeks, but he's on those fresher tires, and since that wreck, he is now 10th.
Getting some good track position here.
Ooh.
Got DJ Weeks ahead of him. Oh
That
boy.
was close between Braxton and Kyle.
They are duking it out here with only 30 laps in. We still got 70 laps to go, boys.
I like that. I like these long second halves. That makes them more of a marathon. I'm a huge fan of it.
Yeah, you got it. To finish first, you must first finish. That's the old saying how it goes. And
Unfortunately, that wreck took out a bunch of the guys that were probably on that one-stop strategy.
You are correct.
yeah.
Whoa.
Ethan Burrell.
He just take a... What just happened there?
What? You want to use your words?
Missed the corner. I don't know. I can't use my words. I thought he almost hit Cameron Rich, but he actually just kind of missed the corner.
That's, did Ethan take tires? They're asking about him. I don't think he pitted yet, did he?
Ethan, no, he has yet to go down pit road.
Yeah. I think just track position by missing a lot of the wrecks and charging his way through the field puts him into that second spot. And how about Dallas Myhand as well? Just barely missing out. Had a dramatic week last week at Atlanta. Having a strong run to be the best of the rest right now in the 6th position. Just working his way by kind of deal.
He is in the driver's chase-offs.
Yeah. So hey, he's still fighting without the owners.
The owners,
Yeah.
maybe?
Excuse me, yes, owners, I apologize.
So polite.
Be in NASCAR and talk about the owners chase-offs and confuse everybody and have to explain it 6 times over.
What is that lane? This battle for the lead might get interesting here soon. Ethan's starting to put some pressure on the Cameron Rich. Nothing
Yeah,
crazy, but he's getting close.
Closing it. He's lurking. And maybe it's going to be toned down a little bit after that contact with Gavin Hibbs and Hafner for one. Again, first night out here this season in OSCA competition. Doesn't want to ruffle too many feathers in the chase-offs, but definitely has a fast hot rod here tonight.
James Watson is running fourth. Where did he come from?
Hard rate.
Yeah.
Caution.
Caution. My cat's just jumped in my lap. What does he think? I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, we heard that! That was so sweet! Oh, Darren,
Vocal
staff.
kitty. Vocal kitty. Oh, Darren.
Oh, he's
Thank
having
you for making my
connectivity
cat
issues and just gives it too much
Oh.
beans.
Too
much
much beans. Stay off the... kiss the wall.
Some real beanage going on there, man.
There's
Listen,
a lot
we're in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, there's a lot of like Hispanic food going on down there as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, that's true.
Here we go.
I bet you a lot of good. I'm
Leaders on
hoping
pit
some
road.
tamales.
McIntosh
Cameron
stays
Rich.
out.
Wow.
Ty McIntosh still
I'm-
staying out.
I'm not a
Joe
big
Francis
fan of
stays
tamales.
out. What?
Oh, a lot of guys coming down pit road. This is going to be
Dude.
interesting.
I lived in New Mexico for 3.5 years. Tamales are the shit, and there's your last one for the week, for the night.
That's number 5, by the way. I gotta point
I
out.
didn't even get one, man. Next.
That's bullshit.
Took them all from you. Oh, see? That's not a shit word. Oh, dang, I said it.
Oh, you said it.
You guys
What's the
got me.
punishment?
Punishment
Dun,
is
dun, dun,
you. I don't know.
Buy me a new headset.
You buy me some more Sugar Moon's creations.
You don't need a headset. You just need to get a mic.
The microphone's
Yeah.
attached to the headset.
No,
You know, Skull Candy has a...
Ethan Burrell
Ninja Turtle one.
has beaten out Cameron Rich.
Wow.
That is interesting.
I still say Joe Francis is in the catbird seat because I don't think he has to be
Uh-oh.
second.
I think Cameron Rich may have been speeding.
Oh.
Hey, goodness. fortunately with these longer paths, he's going to have about 60 laps, but we've seen how dangerous it can get back there if somebody towards the front goes around.
And,
Here's the
and
thing,
we've
it
just seen
doesn't show up on my end that he sped.
That happened last week too, and just talking about last week, that kind of cost him the regular season championship, and now it could definitely put him in a hole here in the chase-offs if you know.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it definitely something we've seen Cameron Rich overcome the track position, but we've seen some of these wrecks unfold, and we've seen, especially
On the
going
backstretch.
down the backstretch. Yeah,
That is one reason you never stop pushing. You know, these guys up here, Joe Francis, you got David Westergreen there in fourth with some damage to his car. James Watson, Braxton DeWeese, all running up here. Even Kynan Jones up in 12th. I mean, as good as Cameron Rich always is, you know, things like this do happen. To have it happen this early in these chase-offs is a big deal. Kind of opens up a window like, okay, time, you know, strike while the iron's hot. Probably definitely one of the favorites for the championship. Gets put in a hole here after a good run in that first half. See what everybody else can make of it.
Yeah, and one guy that's, I think, really looking to take that advantage, the same guy who took advantage of it last week, Braxton DeWeese, currently sitting in 9th position. A little bit different strategy as we've seen him come down pit road earlier.
And Braxton,
We'll have at least
and I was
Go
gonna say
ahead.
Braxton has to know what's going on, right? Like the race within the race. So Braxton has to know that Cameron has a speeding penalty. He needs to realize that, and realize he really just needs to make sure he does not put himself in a bad situation around these guys, because getting wrecked out, put in the back, spun out, whatever, negates whatever he might be able to make up from what Cameron Rich did. So he really needs to not necessarily push as hard as he can and just finish where he's at.
Only the top 6 car stayed out under that last caution. So this could get scary, guys.
Only McIntosh has yet to pit, period.
Hey, the Intimidator's got the lead for it. I mean,
What
we'll
did
see
we
what he
say?
can do with it.
What do we say? 8 cautions. So what are we at?
Caution 4.
4?
We're getting there. Was it 15
Might be
on
able to do it.
15? Yeah, never know. Yeah, we still got a long way to go. Ty McIntosh restarts in the lead. Gets a decent jump over Joe Francis and Justin Coe. Cool to see the 89 car leading some laps here.
Austin and James Watson contact in the middle of the field already.
Around!
Oh, someone's around.
Back.
Gilberto Javier Gomera.
Oh.
Alex
Huge hits
Kenton. Peeler around.
Alex
Yep.
Kenton overcorrected. Oh, Alex Kenton with a huge overcorrect. Oh my goodness, that thing hooked.
How did I wreck?
Peeler wreck.
Peeler wreck.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh, he gets stuck in the wall.
Guys, did you see Cameron Rich's view right now? I
All
mean,
right,
okay, I know
we'll
Carlos,
pull
you
that
can't do. I know. I'm not rushing you like that. It's amazing.
Oh, excuse me. For some reason, I thought Tepe was driving the 13.
It's the other Adam.
We were talking about Cameron Rich getting in that back of the pack where things are dangerous. I mean, this is unreal.
Worst case scenario.
This is unreal. This should have been worst case scenario.
Woo!
Whoa.
Goodness.
If he wins the championship, he has a horseshoe in his ass.
Hey, Caitlin, Cameron's gonna need a washcloth, some soap, and preferably some new underwear, but I'm sure he can probably just make do without it.
I think maybe
Yeah.
new shorts or pants as well.
Maybe she could make do without. Never mind.
You got
Maybe
some dude.
Mama Goody,
Maybe
I
you
need
need
you to bring
pants.
soap over to Goody's room right now. I think it's time he had a conversation about the birds and the bees.
What on earth?
Never mind. Never mind.
We're not going there.
Anyway, yeah,
It's
anyway.
November, Goody.
Does
None of us
anyone
are taking it.
notice that it's dark at Phoenix? I thought maybe, never mind. We won't go there. But
Listen, these
but,
cars don't need headlights because the tracks is
Track is
always lit.
always lit.
Hey, it's
Boom.
10 o'clock here. Just,
Race cars don't headlights. Yes, Lightning McQueen.
But you know, that's what we just saw from Cameron Rich, though. In all seriousness, is well, luckily it didn't pan out. It didn't become the worst, but moments like that are more prone to happen when you do have those penalties and you're in the back of the pack when the wrecks are in front of you instead of behind you.
And at some point, your luck's gonna run out, right? Like, that was close.
And you know, I think if he does win this championship, and especially if it's by a slight margin, he can look at that clip right there, and that could have been, you know, that could be a deciding factor of Cameron Rich winning this championship or not if he does hoist the trophy at the end of the season. That could be one of those moments that you look back on and be like, that's when I knew that horseshoe was firmly positioned. You know where?
Yeah, where the sun don't shine.
Yep. Ty McIntosh still holding on to the lead, but still has yet to pit. But
OSCA Daddy is
Well,
seven.
what did we say? 45
about
laps. Ty's got to pit soon, doesn't he? If he hasn't pit yet, we're about the fuel run.
I'm wondering how much fuel these guys are saving under these yellows, because you got to think within. I mean, yeah, if we were running green, we'd have to pit now. So I mean, what do you think in the next like 10 laps or so? These guys would have to pit.
I think he has to pit with it by lap 53.
Then he can make it almost if he gets a couple more cautions.
It'd be close.
And everybody
roll
has
the
to pit
dice.
again. Everybody has to pit again.
This is a roll of the dice. I did not make the chase offs. Let's do something crazy.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
You might as well. As Justin Kolb, Ty McIntosh on the front row. Once they go back to green here in lap 45, but see how much fuel those boys that have not pitted yet. Is Ty the only one who hasn't pitted yet?
Yeah.
Ty is the only one who has not pitted. Everybody has to pit at least one more time, but Ty's not pitted yet.
All right.
Stack up on
Back
the top
to-
lane.
Green flag is out. Joe with a good jump. He's going to move into second position. Ahead of Justin Kolb. Again, fresher tires there for Joe over the 89 car.
Cameron Rich getting bounced around back there. He's got damage on both sides of his car.
Oh, so that maybe the
was
luck
net
did
code.
run out.
Netcode bounced him into Damien, into the wall, then into Darren.
Keep under green right now, but slight damage there for the 29 car of Cameron Rich. But with that damage, we've seen Braxton DeWeese right now solidly in the top 10. Definitely might not hurt his car. Well, I think Braxton's damage was.
Oh, big wreck!
Dude. Oh boy. Oh.
Cameron, heavy contact, heavy damage.
Oh, he's missing the front bumper. And Lady Luck might
this
have
was
found a
started-
new victim.
Oh, this was Drew Eisenman and Damien Leininger. Drew, it looked like Drew was coming up, but I think he started to hold his line, and Damien might have chopped down, and that's what started this whole thing.
Oh, Cameron was the one who got into Cooper Johnson sliding across the racetrack. So two chase-off guys, Damien and Cameron right now with no front
Why
bumpers.
can't
And we
those
do see Ty
Yeah, here.
McIntosh, Joe Francis going down pit road. Top two.
That's perfect for Ty. Could not have gone better for him.
But so I gotta wonder this for Joe. Joe's gonna have to pit twice too now, potentially.
Woo!
Why is Joe pitting?
So I wonder too.
I don't know.
He did take tires.
Unless he saw that the 89 ran that far and he thinks they're going to do it again, they're going to have more caution.
Here's Cameron Rich on board.
Still gonna have to make a couple more laps.
I haven't seen this yet. Oh, that's fairly significant.
Oh,
That's
boom.
very, wow. Really bad
Vic.
3 laps there. Rich.
Vic, what's who are you putting the blame on? I didn't see any net code in this one.
It might go on Damien.
It's gonna go racing deal actually. I think the
Really?
92
Okay.
and 12 are equally at fault. Yeah,
Alright.
I think those two are equally at fault for it. So
Like, as the owner of the 92, to me, it kind of seemed like he did move up a little bit. but it looks like it being a racing deal. It's yeah. But hey, Rack Racing top of the board right now. Number 82, Justin Kolb, leading tonight's race. He went down here on lap 25, so he's good to go for a little bit.
Pit strategies are all over the place, and we always have pit strategy with our regular 50-50 format, but with this sprint race and really long feature, strategies are everywhere. Everybody's trying everything.
I like it.
Oh, I gotta update that.
You know, Ty's I get, but I'm wondering about Joe's.
Joe's is the one that I'm curious about because he already pitted. He only needed to pit one more time, but I feel like that was early.
Maybe we can bring him up if there's another
Tires,
quick
or
caution.
Did he take tires or did he just take fuel? Because he did jump Ty.
Hold
Joe
on,
did not
hold
take
on.
tires. Joe took fuel.
7.28 seconds in pit road.
Yeah, Joe did not. That car did not jack up at all. He came down for fuel only.
And he needs
November,
6 laps.
he's committing to the pit.
Yeah.
We get enough cautions, and if he does a little bit of saving under green if he has to.
So
Can,
Ty and Joe need 6 laps.
I like it more for Ty because Ty's got fresher tires. Ty's got the fuel strategy in his hand, and he's got that extra set as a fail-safe if he's got to take it later. I think Joe's in a decent spot, but I think Ty's the winner when it comes to guys going on strategy calls here.
Yeah, could be interesting to see if it pays off for him. See if he can stretch it out with a couple lucky cautions. But I'm looking at the guy in second place. I mean, it was a few moments ago we were just talking about how he's driving backwards after he got in a wreck.
Yeah, it's true.
And he's one of the ones that pitted early, right? The first time?
He pitted twice, actually.
Yeah. I get
On lap 26
well,
as well. Yeah, it's for the damage repair.
Okay.
We're going back to green flag racing just past halfway in this event here of the feature event of the 17Media 136. Justin Kolb running a one-off here tonight. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, Tom Capiano, that gas pedal's on the right, my friend.
Yeah, he did not get going. He drops all the way back into 5th in just one whale swoop.
Oh, they're on the
Connie
track.
Jones is getting bouncing around.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kynan
man.
Jones just about got sent.
Tim Conrad cut him a break.
But how about Braxton DeWeese up to 3rd?
Has Cameron
Here comes
Rich made it
Ethan.
back out onto the track?
Oh, Ty got loose off of the corner. Oh, he saved it. He's good.
Broke loose on him suddenly. That didn't get gradual. That broke loose.
All that
put
runoff
bad.
saved him on that one.
New
Were you
lead.
asking where Cam was? He's in 19th.
He is on the track driving a modified currently. He's making it work somehow. He's going 3 wide on guys like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, new leader Ethan Burrell and Braxton DeWeese will follow him into the 2nd spot. Hey, that modified of Cam Ritchie's duking it out right now with Ty McIntosh, who just came down pit road as well.
Hey, with all of his closest competition up front running so well, okay, I can't really say that because Joe's still working his way through and Damien's wrecked, but with Braxton DeWeese currently the points leader as they run right now, he's got to go for every point.
Yeah, got to go for whatever he can get right now. Getting by Dustin Dewar, moving into that 18th spot.
Carpenter shut the door on the 89.
Could get interesting. Hey, Ty said he wasn't going to take no.
Start peeping ourselves now.
Yep.
Goody for the sensor.
FCC figured out where we were.
Oh, Damien's still on
Oh,
the
that
track.
was
What on earth? Damien's 12th with the modified. What is going? Okay, he's dropping back quickly. Never mind.
Oh, my bad. I thought something happened.
Man, there's still a lot going on here as wow. Ty trying to work his way up through the field by some damaged race cars. Ooh, it's getting tight.
Oh, they
Cameron
contact.
A little bit of contact.
I can't believe Cameron Rich is hanging there. Got around Ty McIntosh.
Less weight. Although Ty's going to use Dave as a pick here, I think. Doesn't matter. This track is a zillion lanes wide, anyways.
Yeah, there's cars running everywhere in every different condition. We're on board here with OSCA Daddy Tim Conrad in the 15th position, battling with Darren Staff. Ty back in ooh, Ty kissed the wall with the rear end there coming out of the corner.
I think we finally ran long enough to where the tires are mattering. Ty looks like he is 10 mile an hour faster than the guys he's running around.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It just flipped a switch there, yeah.
On the restarts, it does not matter what your tires are. Everybody's just so jumbled up. Nobody, oh, that was assertive. Everybody's just so jumbled up they can't run their line and make them work. But yeah, once these guys get going, they can move around and find where they know their grip is.
I just worry about Ty and Joe. You know, they're moving up quick. They've got to save some fuel at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else is going to have to pit either way, right? If they don't
Right.
have to pit, they'll get their chance if this goes green to where their strategy works out. But, you know, like you said, I think when we went green, they were a good 3 or 4 short-ish, weren't they? Oh, Ty in the wall again. Not hard contact. He's flirting with hard contact.
See, that was my
digging.
thing, though, is if you know everyone else has got a pit, maybe you don't run as hard right now, and you save fuel now. That's curious.
You know, maybe for Joe, right? But for Ty, think about it like this, right? If you have a caution with 30 laps to go and no one ends up pitting, you can come take your tires and you're fine anyways. And then if everybody else ends up pitting, then you know, okay, I can save fuel. He's in a position to where he can work both strategies depending on if the caution comes out.
And I kind of wondered too, you know, if it does go green.
Oh, is Braxton?
Braxton's making a look.
Yeah, these guys have gapped the heck out of the rest of the field.
Yeah, they're on a runaway train here. And the 2 Fords up front, Braxton Deweese, Ethan Burrell.
Ford 1, 2, 3 right now.
Oh yeah, how about that? Not too many Fords in the field, but a lot of them up front right now in your top 3. But I was gonna say about you know, strategy for Ty McIntosh. You know, last one to pit. You know, he can kind of rejoin this group that has to pit one more time, kind of pit around where they are, but he can burn, which it looks like Ty's doing right now. He's burning. Caution.
Caution, Scarborough.
And you can make
Big
it from here 100%.
Oh yeah.
Now
See,
what do
So
you
many
do?
cars.
Coles, I see another
Yeah.
person near the inside wall.
I don't. What do you do? Track position seems.
Oh, oh!
I don't know if he it was almost like he was shocked that Cooper Johnson was there and just kind of overreacted or something.
What you do? 'Cause I feel like
Oh,
if you
pit stops.
don't pit, then you're just
Yeah, Kynan Jones. Oh my,
Kynan
Cameron
Jones.
Rich as well.
Ty McIntosh,
Cameron
Tim
Rich.
Conrad, Damian Leininger.
Oh,
this
Zach
I don't-
Rogers.
this is
Wow.
interesting.
I don't like this for Conan Jones because now you didn't pit. You still need to pit. Everybody else. Now Joe's pitting again. Why is Joe pitting again? I'm sorry.
Maybe he's taking his tires. Maybe it's a little early, but
Ethan Burrell not taking tires. Drivers are out here not taking tires.
they're saving that last set. They are saving that last set. Huh?
They know a lot more than I think we do, and I just we're
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. These drivers are so concerned with could they save these last sets of tires, but the real question is should they save these last sets of tires? Because right now I'm finding it very difficult and almost suicidal to go to the back of the pack in a race like it's going out here tonight. Everybody I'm seeing that's going to the back of the pack, with a small exception here or there, have been involved in incidents that have pretty much taken their car out of serious contention of tonight's race. And not only that, some of them are finding it very hard to pass, period. So we're not getting the long runs necessary for this strategy to work off. And even if you do, there's a chance you're probably going to be too damaged to even do anything about it.
For all those reasons, I guarantee you the drivers hate it, but I think this is the platform, the heat short and a long second half that needs to happen moving forward, because from a broadcasting standpoint and the storylines, this is amazing. I know they hate it because they hate having to go to the back and they hate having to drive through it in wrecks, but as far as trying to keep up with everything and all the different things that might unfold, this is gold.
And I think
So
it tests you, you know?
I'm with the idea that we should be using this sprint and feature race. I don't know if necessarily it should be for every race, but I do think we should be doing it.
I think it really does. It tests drivers in more ways than just anything else we've ever done. In a race where you know you don't have to pit and you know it is just go, go, go. You know, how good are you at that? And then when it comes to this, it's like a real one of those endurance races, you know, like in the Cup Series when we didn't have the stage breaks. It's a long race. You've got a couple pit stops you got to make, or maybe just one depending on how you play it, and some caution. What the heck do you do? And more importantly, even after you make your bet and lay in it, how do you adapt when the cautions come out when you don't need them to?
Yeah, from go, go, go to whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
yeah.
Like I said, I'm sure the drivers aren't liking it. The ones that are running up front and they got to go to the back. Like, I'm sure they're hating it, but this is awesome to watch.
I didn't even realize Ty McIntosh is on the front row with those somewhat fresh tires. This is going to be fun.
Yeah,
Still has to pit.
You know, from us up here, I'm loving it. But like you said, Adam, I think a lot of these drivers have to be just besides himself, because I think it's still kind of hard to determine what strategy is going to work out to be around at the end. We're going to find out how it plays out as we go back to green flag racing on lap 66 of 100. Kynan Jones, your leader on the outside.
Great jump.
It's a good jump, yeah. So he dives down. Cameron Rich just trying to hang on with some of those guys who just came down pit road. Ethan Burrell didn't take the tires, but still looking pretty quick as he's gonna try to work his way around Cameron Rich.
Ooh, Milrut got loose off the 2 and stacked up he's hard.
Reagan.
Now we'll get to really gauge how much pace is left in that 29 card. It's like a whole lot. He's hanging. I can't believe he's hanging.
You know, he was hanging around that mid pack. So, you know, track position for Cameron. If he gets it, he can maybe stop the bleeding from, you know, the points he could lose to Braxton DeWeese right now. At least one spot ahead of him.
Maybe
Braxton's looking pretty quick.
So maybe there's not a whole lot of mechanical damage to that 29 car. That arrow is going to suck, and it's going to hurt him all the way to the end of this race. But maybe the mechanicals are okay enough to where he can hang around. He's going to drop here. He's going to free fall. Oh, Ty McIntosh almost turns Kynan Jones for the lead.
I mean,
Maybe
it is a
Cameron can
short
hang
track,
around.
right? So the arrow isn't as important
That's
as
right,
it would
that's
be
right.
a mile and a half.
Man, Ty McIntosh working his way
Oh,
on
Kynan
Kynan
loose.
Jones right on the bumper.
It's going to get hairy, guys. Ethan Burrell, Braxton DeWeese are
Yeah, they're
all
there.
over these. It's about to be a four-way fight.
Yeah, Ty McIntosh knows he's got to make his move right now. Tries to take a look on the outside. Coming up.
Oh!
He's in the wall. Oh, he's still Kynan Jones.
And that's going to
Ethan
be a
Burrell,
huge
James
wreck.
Watson.
Here's the
Oh,
feature
no.
coming in.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
It's another
Gracie
parking lot.
Evans. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Ty
happened.
McIntosh just floored it off the corner and drove into the wall. Oh, he saw a chance and
Oh.
just wasn't there. He took out. Oh, that took out.
I took out everybody and their mothers.
Yeah.
Kynan's
But-
still being scored 6. How bad is his car?
Pretty not so good.
Pretty.
Not
Actually-
driving good, boss.
Kynan Jones is just. Oh, never mind. Oh, he got killed. Never mind.
Not too pretty bad. But two guys who got through that, I believe, Braxton DeWeese and Cameron Rich.
Oh my goodness! Everybody was
Oh,
just. big
just been cold a
slide
little
there.
bit.
There was a point where I think 100% of the track was blocked.
You know, Justin Kolb really did get through there relatively unscathed. He got a little few dings.
Yeah,
but he's in good shape,
just
man.
a little bit. Yeah, I mean, really, he's better off than Cameron Rich right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's Joe.
I give
Joe,
props to
unfortunately.
I think you were right
give props
about.
to Daddy.
Oh, Joe was no lift.
I think you are correct about the track being 100% blocked at one point. Yeah, without a doubt, this was
Oh, me no fine. Unfortunately,
fine.
knee pain.
yeah, Zach
Yeah.
is his wallet is still gonna be pretty hefty after this week.
There are an unreal amount of modifieds right now.
You know, coming into this place, I never thought the backstretch was this big of a problem. It did not cross my mind, but it obviously is serious.
You know, it makes sense because the walls on both sides, it's narrow, but I don't know if I've ever seen.
This is like the third parking lot we've
this.
seen tonight.
Yeah.
Man.
And I don't know if I can't recall that I've ever seen this before in an iRace at Phoenix.
All of the chaos has just happened coming off that corner, and coming off that corner, everybody's got so much speed. It's the most high-speed corner exit. Everybody's flying down and looking to get into that corner and dive it in there, and it just happens so quick, and there's nowhere to go.
There's
Well-
so many guys that are pitting right now. There's guys that just got in that wreck that could potentially still end up in the top 10.
And
Carlos,
did they just
when you,
pan this to Braxton?
So here's
Hey,
the more things change, the more things stayed the same. Look who is 1 and 2.
right? Right?
Of course.
And, you know, the flip flop that we were talking about Cameron Rich's
Snip,
night.
snap,
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Right, snip, snap. You don't know how many pit road penalties take a toll on a man.
Can you, oh, sorry, go ahead, finish your...
Well, you know, I don't even know how to describe Cameron Rich's night now. He had the bad luck
Is
to
it
get
good or is
himself.
it bad?
I don't know. I think we're gonna find out, but with the quality of cars that of what's left of the cars behind him are about in the same position he is.
What blows
So
my
this
mind,
could be the best thing for him.
Hey,
what blows my
Carlos,
mind is Braxton DeWeese is leading all these different scenarios, all these different pit strategies, all this stuff going into play, and then after it's all said and done with everything that's happened, Braxton DeWeese is leading.
Dave Carpenter and Jordan Tarble, here's something.
What's that?
Dave Carpenter and Jordan Tarble are in an exclusive club for tonight's event.
Are they 0Xs still?
I don't know if there's 0Xs, but I'm looking around. They are the only 2 race cars at this moment that don't have any dings. And any race cars that have dings don't just have dings. They're kind of junked.
All right, guys,
Does have 0X.
we need to wrong their rights.
No. No. I would... No.
You know, did Braxton Weiss get more damage? I swear he didn't have that much front end damage before this.
Oh, Cameron Rich, beautiful restart.
Wow, yeah, good restart for Cam. On the outside trying to fight with Braxton Weiss. A bunch of cars that look like they've been through a demo derby and Martinsville for 500 laps.
This is crazy. I'm seeing more frickin' bumper bars than bumpers.
Yeah, see more radiators and bumpers or yeah, whatever you want to call it. Just a lot of damaged race cars, but one guy, like as you just mentioned, Carpenter, looking with a relatively clean car. He's working in the top 5. Again, on top of the broadcast, mentioned that he was not comfortable here at Phoenix tonight, but maybe Phoenix is now comfortable with him as he's the only clean car out there right now. One of very few.
Officially, there are 19 race cars on the track, and there are maybe even 18 race cars on the track, and at least 9 of them are modifieds.
Yeah. And I think there's probably another handful that are pretty close to being modified with some of the damage they have.
I think it goes back to the track thing. I don't think the arrow's that big of a deal because Braxton DeWeese is not really driving away from him.
Yeah, not really.
Not as much as you think he would with Cameron Rich
No.
having a front end.
I think Braxton Lewis is kind of capping him, but looking at their race cars, you'd think Braxton would be capping him by a couple seconds a lap. It's more like a tenth or two a lap.
And time-wise, they're all, I guess, the top 5. I'm kind of looking at them relatively close. Braxton DeWeese, maybe about a tenth faster than everyone else with his lack thereof damage compared to some of his other competitors.
And after everything, the strategy's a wash, right? So now everybody can
Who
make
the
it.
heck
and
cares, man?
Yeah.
Just go for it.
And now Cameron Rich trying to hold off Justin Cole for that second spot. again, for Cam trying to help stop the bleeding from potentially losing the points lead after round 1 here of the chase-offs. Man, you got to commend Cameron Rich. Just the jalopy he's running right now, he is giving it 110% and running in the top 5. If you would have asked me this, 10, 15 laps ago, I never would have guessed it.
So
I'm gonna give
nothing
the
else?
shot real
Go
quick
ahead.
before something bad happens, but Daddy OSCA was wrecked out early, half one.
Oh
He's
my
running
God.
stick right now.
Darren Staff hit the wall right in front of him.
I know, I
Yeah,
just
dude.
that
Hurry,
happens.
get it out.
And cut.
You know, we were talking at that half one how Braxton DeWeese wins that race and Cameron Rich finishes right behind him. Man, didn't really gain much. Well, now, when you're up front and your title competitor Rex, it's like, all right, I'm going to gain more. I'm going to gain a lot on him. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Braxton DeWeese is, if everything goes his way, he could be looking at a clean sweep tonight, but can't kill Cameron Rich. And for that matter, you can't kill Damian either. Damian's in 6th, and he's been warming up in more things than anyone tonight.
Another solid points night goes to David Wesker, and he finished 11th in the first half and turned 10th in this half. With everybody else having so many issues, that's a solid point.
Yeah, and the way things definitely could have looked, I think he was in a couple of these bowling alley wrecks, and if he can get a couple of decent solid finishes, that's
I'd like to specify. I audibly got really, man? From somebody here when I chose David Westergreen in half number 2.
Who's that?
It may have been Vic. He may have said, like, you better check your notes. Well, I'm throwing the notes at the window. Guess what, Vic? I haven't used my notes since race
He
number
also
1.
He also told me mine was a good pick, and then he missed the start, and then he got wrecked.
It's a fair point that the whole field has crashed.
I needed a safe pick, and Westergreen is giving me a safe pick.
Yeah. I mean, heck yeah.
This
You know,
race
I'm
is
looking-
not going like I thought it would.
My
No,
pick
no,
goes
no,
on
no.
pit road and is currently 5 laps down. So, but he's still out there.
Charble?
Hey,
He's
Yeah.
got a
You
clean
know-
race car.
Exactly. Yeah, he's one of the fastest cars on track because of it.
Wait, he's
You
5
know-
laps down. He a clean car. What?
you know, my pick, who I was trying to do well in this race, is 59 laps down. in
That's
30
pretty
seconds.
good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. He's not last.
Yeah, I said my epic comeback starts here, but I meant next.
Carlos, who did you pick?
The Westergreen. Listen, the racing gods
That's
giveth,
right, okay.
and the racing god taketh. Are you guys? They just like give you a little glimpse of hope because of my atrocious half one performance, where the
once-
12 of Leininger, or not the 12, the who did I choose? Where's my phone? I can't find my
Just a
phone.
note real quick. Kynan Jones is going back out on the track 14 laps down. I believe Kynan Jones going back out on the track right now will gain another couple spots.
Yeah, Carlos, you talk all the big game about how you picked the guy who's running 10th because we've crashed so much tonight. You can be happy that your guy's running 10th.
Hey, you know what? Hey, he can at least say it. I can't.
Hey, I'm sorry. Where are you in the standings?
Behind you.
Exactly, behind me. It's like that old NASCAR commercial where I think it was it Mayfield or whoever it was like, it's like, hey Jimmy, I noticed you're running a little loose there in the
yeah.
exit, and
He
Jimmy's
calls
like,
on
hold
the
on
phone
one
like-
second, and he walkie-talkies through his Sprint Cup or Nexo Cup at the time. And he's like, all right, what were you saying?
Yep.
It's okay, I sponsor. So.
Yeah.
There's
Cameron-
not enough heat on the track. We got to bring it up in the booth.
Is Cole catching him? Or is that timer off?
No.
He's going out.
Oh, okay.
Kolb is staying with the Weiss, but the
same,
Weiss is
yeah.
pulling away slightly. Cameron Rich, though, his car is beginning to show the signs of wear.
As Carpenter now dropped Cameron Rich to 4th, so Carpenter in the top 3 with that clean race car.
We got a modified race for the top 5.
No way. I love this.
Also to specify, Cameron Rich last one down pit road on lap 47. Your top three is 62, 62, and lap 70. And then Leininger is
I don't
at
wanna-
71.
I don't want to pick on you or anything, but
Uh-oh.
your pick just lost a position.
To 12. Oh, boo! In a 30-plus car field.
It's not much of a 30-plus car field anymore.
Yeah, they left. Yeah.
It's like
about
a 17
that.
car field.
Oh, Damien just turned Cameron.
Cameron cautions out.
No, oh yeah, oh, best friends collided together.
No, not the 29 and the 92, man.
Oh boy, and choice words between the two. Oh boy,
I need to see that again 'cause I saw it live.
Cameron Rich not happy with this move right here.
Well, I'll have to take another look. That could have been netcode.
It was,
See the inverse
it was
car.
netcode induced. It was netcode and
It was netcode.
they were going to make contact. I'm almost certain they were going to make contact, but netcode caused Cameron Rich to bounce up in the air and get sent like that.
Yeah, and definitely Damien did not give Cameron a lot of room there.
I think Cameron. No, okay. As if there wasn't enough damage to that 29 car. And hey, that makes things interesting. Somebody pointed out Justin Kolb was steadily catching Braxton Noyes, and now the gap is gone.
Well, it's
Gap
because
is-
caution.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
no, thank you, Carlos.
I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking.
Pit or not to
That
pit.
one.
he's a.
Funny guy, huh?
Leave it
Listen,
that
you
way.
have to breathe. You have to laugh through the pain of seeing all your drivers get involved in crashes.
Do you see a Shift Esports car in the top 10? I don't.
I don't see an NAR car, so
My friends died.
I at least have a dog in the fight here in third spot, but.
Oh,
man,
wait.
I,
I got Ty. He's running 8th.
yeah. Ty,
Well, I'm
Ty's
gonna
coming
get
back after that.
currently second place running winnings if Justin Kolb can finish this race in second.
You're gonna take him. You're gonna take him from the league owner's pocket.
I think.
Yeah, the
Justin
league
Kolb might
owner
win
is
the
gonna pay
race.
me. That's how much. Whatever he finishes, he's got to pay the driver and he has to pay the
Oh,
the
so-
agency.
I think.
You just rented him
RK
out this week, huh?
Yeah.
I think RK might have been
Thank you,
holding
Pim.
Justin Kolb back. The first time he gets a race with another team, he's going to win the race, man. This is crazy.
Yeah. RK just hold him back. Oh man,
Man, oh man.
I don't like it. Wouldn't it be weird though? Wouldn't
It
that
would
be
be
something?
weird.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm going to regret saying that, by the way. I know I will.
awfully
Just
quiet.
to point this out, I know Adam Tepe is in the chase offs and he's had a horrible first two halves, but
What?
he is running 11th.
13th in pit road.
13th.
Or 13,
But
okay.
still,
That's
He
pretty
was-
in a
was-
30-plus car field.
this helicopter. Right?
We need
Oh,
a Captain
man.
Dark. I have too many things to say.
I have too many things to say. But one guy I want to keep an eye on is Damian Leininger. I mean, before that contact with Cameron Rich, he was charging
He
up
was
through the
moving,
field
man.
with that modified. Yeah, he's got speed in that old New Jersey, New Hampshire modified there. That thing is on the move.
I'm loving this new Tim Conrad, man. Won the first dirt half. Shoulda, coulda won the second dirt half. Missed last week. He's back now, and he's back in the top 5.
He's looking sporty. That's for sure. He again, I think just a new confidence. You get a couple good runs, and he got that near win at Talladega. Then he got that half victory at the Charlotte Dirt Course, and he's got a swagger in his step.
You know why, right? It's deer hunting season.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I got to wait another week for it, but
Can somebody confirm
all
if
that-
Cameron Witch stayed out or did he go down pit road?
Not
I
sure.
was looking for him. I didn't see him down pit road.
I think
but
he's out of tires. I think he just stayed out.
How
He's
much
scored
Pace
10?
cars left there, man? Because can that thing even?
It's gonna end up like the pace car at Martinsville when it had to get a tow.
Oh yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
We'll have 6 laps left to decide the feature event here of the 17 Media 136 at Phoenix. Race number 1 of the chase-offs. They get ready to go back to green flag racing. Braxton DeWeese with a good start over Justin Kolb.
David Carpenter with a really great start.
I'll say Carpenter, see if he takes advantage, try to get that second spot away from Kolb.
Kolb looking a little bit faster late in that run than Braxton. That gap gone thanks to the caution, obviously. Now he's got a little bit less ground to make up on Braxton. Here we go. Only 5 laps as of this time to do it.
And they're on even
Cameron Rich is
tires.
passing people. I just want to point that out. Cameron Rich is passing.
Of course he. Because why not?
They're wrecking.
Shit.
Oh no!
Wow.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna say it.
But you talk so much.
Net code. Oh, that was a hard hit. Oh, that was a hard hit to the outside wall.
How many cautions are we at, by the way?
We might be at the over. It looked like netcode. I think I'm going to say it was netcode that started it, but did he overcorrect it, or did netcode also send him into the wall right
that was
there?
netcode right there.
Oh,
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
I think with the net code, you're just unexpected there, but
That's heavy contact into that outside wall. The netcode gets him sliding, but when he corrects back to the wall, was that more contact from netcode, or did he just hook it?
it's just 2 hard licks there for, well, I think Westergreen's done. And, you know, I guess on one hand for Westergreen, with the cars already out, the bleeding couldn't be too much worse. I think he's only going to lose a handful of spots, but could have really capitalized on tonight with a solid run for his.
And insult to injury, it looks like because the 92 was his natural turning arc was pretty much over at that point. He wasn't going to be sliding up anymore, and the netcode was just like, you're close enough.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
toe, his
boy.
toe, I mean,
Maybe it
Someone's-
shouldn't be a shock, but the toe is insanely knocked out.
Someone's gonna have to check me, but I think we're at 12 or 13 cautions.
Well, 10th caution. Well, that's why.
for the night,
That's
we're at
why. That's
14.
why when you get in the
We're
ride, they
at
always show
total
you
for the
hands and
night.
feet
It's
inside.
14. So we're 14 for the night. So one
Oh
more.
boy. I took
one
the
more
under. Who else
we
took
hit
the under?
line.
I took the under. Listen,
I took
this
the
is it.
I took
No
the
more
over.
cautions.
Going forward, it needs to be 14 and a half or 15 and a half.
Well,
so it can
I
be
was
a
gonna
real...
talk about it, and then as soon
He
as
was
I
ru-
started
he-
to get
he-
it out, they were like
he was rushed.
pounding it.
Okay, if you
Yeah.
rush, then you get a pass. But you
Yeah,
know,
he was rushed.
I
Next
said
week, we're not
15, and then
gonna-
they were like, "Oh, under." I was like, and then we got.
guilty as charged.
So now with and now we're going to be in green-white checker territory here. Man, oh man, can Kolb do anything on these restarts? That guy in second always has that big disadvantage.
We've seen some Herculean restarts from the guy in second tonight, but overall, yeah, he needed that to go green really badly because he was already looking a little bit more stable, a little bit better than Braxton. He's damaged too, but I think Braxton's damage is a little bit harder to overcome. A lot of damage on the right front of that 8 car. If that could have gone green, I think Kolb would have absolutely had a chance. Now it's going to rely on this restart. Can he get a good enough restart? And if he does, you've only got so much time to make a move.
I don't want to see him wreck anybody, but I want to see Dave Carpenter full send it.
You know what? I'm with
Me
you. Let's
too.
do it. Come on,
I don't
Dave.
want to. I don't want there to be any contact or anything like that, but I want him to full send it because I think that would be awesome.
He's got that clean race car. Let her eat. Let's see something crazy. Not that we haven't already.
I mean, something else crazy. But
Yeah.
You're watching,
Uh,
Cart. You're watching.
Yeah, Carp.
Yeah,
You got
Carp.
this.
Let's go, Dave.
Is this the first attempt? Yeah, it would be.
Yes. First of
Yeah.
2.
Damien Leinemann with his modified.
He was in.
Amy
He
could
was
win.
him and Carp were having a pretty good battle, but I'm just wondering if he gets some clean racetrack, if he gets a good restart somehow on that outside, if he can do
We saw
something.
what happened. We saw what happened earlier with Ty and Kynan when they were fighting for the lead.
Just
I
thinking
mean,
that.
anybody can win this thing still, man.
It happened at the dirt
Anybody.
track. They were coming off of 2.
Yeah, anyone that's still running, I think, has got a shot. As we're gonna get ready to go, green flag racing pace truck is in. We're gonna decide right here the feature event of the 17 Media 136. Braxton DeWeese trying to pull a sweep here tonight to kick off his chase-offs. Right, Justin Kolb looking to play the spoiler. Of course, the next row, couple spoiler and Carpenter and Damian Leinemann in the chase-offs.
Oh.
Good jump
Big jump.
for the 8 car.
I think Colt's making a mistake not cutting that corner. He's got to get everything he can. It's going to be a huge, huge effort if he wants a chance at Braxton now.
He does have Carpenter looking on the inside now too. Braxton looks like he's pulling away. The outside line's getting a good enough run, but is Kolb gonna have enough time to catch that 8 car?
He's going to take the white flag.
White flag, one more lap to go. Next flag is going to decide the event. Braxton DeWeese looking like he's holding a pretty wheel once again.
Oh, Damian spinning!
Capiano dumped Damien.
Oh
That
boy!
is huge for Damian. Clawed his way back up to 4th, all those positions.
Oh, Justin Cole, back corner.
Bad corner. Carpenter in second. Oh, they
Carter
make
moves him.
It's more record.
Who's gonna get second?
Braxton DeWeese.
Capiano gets second.
Capiano.
We get a Dave interview.
We get a Dave Inter. How about Thomas Capuano? Again, the guy going backwards. He led a couple laps, finished the second. David Carpenter third.
Cameron
but of course,
Rich.
Cameron Rich in 5th. Stop the bleeding. Ends up 5th, but Braxton DeWeese kicks off his chase off the only way you want to do it, and that's sweeping it. The only guy who probably isn't going to need about 20 Advil after this race.
I'm
is
so
the winner here.
confused as to what happened to Justin Kolb. He had pretty much second locked up. He had a bad corner, and then it's like the car died.
I wonder if maybe he had some quote-unquote mechanical issues. Yeah, it was...
Carpenter used him up, but I don't know what slowed him up before that.
Really, really bad corner. I mean, I'm looking at it. Oh, wow. He had to let off the throttle. Huge. That combined with Carpenter actually had a really good corner. Kolb drove it in really deep, and it got tight. I mean, if you look at it before he lifted, if he stayed in the gas, he was going to hit the wall so hard, it wasn't going to be with the side of the car. It was going to be with the headlight.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
Well, these cars don't have headlights because the track is always lit.
You're correct. You are correct. You are correct. With the headlight sticker, he was going to hit it.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Man, Ray Bracey ends up 11th. He got in that bad wreck, one of our bottleneck wrecks, and I think with teammate Zach Evans, and he ends up with a solid run. Adam Tepe, another one who I think was helicoptering early. Oh, you could drive into victory lane here. Look at that.
Adam Tempe,
Come on.
14th and 12th is pretty good on a night where a lot of the other chase-off guys.
DJ Weeks
Had
finished
that run.
4th.
The Intimidator still got 9th.
I don't know where
Yeah.
DJ came from, but DJ
Yeah,
finished
yeah.
4th. I've yet to
Where the-
figure that one out.
Where the heck did he come from? Wow. Just a wild night. We'll kick off the interview with our top 3 here of the feature event. Who's taking old Dave? Finished 3rd.
I'll take him.
All right.
Because I got to keep skipping the rest of the dang post-race show because I'm not going to get into it.
All right. Well, that's fair. Well, we'll bring up to the booth Dave Carpenter coming home in the 3rd spot. Matthew, take it away.
Dave, on a night where over half the remaining cars ended as modifieds, you finish with that top 3 finish. You're talking to us here, and your race car looks like it just rolled off the truck.
Yeah, well, my objective in that race is because I've been struggling with this car all season, and tonight, like, I just couldn't find any speed. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I couldn't get the car to turn for me, but I was just like, after getting wrecked in the first race of my own doing, I just decided I'm just gonna ride. I'm just gonna stay out of trouble, play a little strategy, and see where everything ends up. And all those pileups on the backstretch when the track was blocked, I was just like able to get it stopped and not hit anybody. But yeah, it was a rough one, but I'm still like out of breath.
I don't blame you, for laying back the whole night and just chilling. You did have to keep your eyes peeled the whole time, and I know those last few laps were no pushover. That was like, all right, I'm up here, time to drive now.
Yes, something I'm not used to.
Well, you did a pretty freaking good job on it. I mean, you didn't restart third on that last restart, did you?
What's that?
Trying to see where you were on that last restart. Yeah, you restarted third, and man, you held
Yep.
on good.
Yeah, I got the third. I got inside of Justin there going into the last corner, and like just drifted up a little bit. And I know I just touched him a little bit. It was enough to like slow us down to let Thomas get by me. But I'm happy to hang on for third. You know, after all that, after the season I've had, it's just been a rough one. Just I've been struggling with this car all season. So I'm real happy, you know, to be able to get down to the end and at least get a good run in.
Now, just curious. You mentioned a lot that you've struggled with this car all season, and um, is the Xfinity car something that you're more comfortable with? Just looking
Oh,
forward.
absolutely. I feel like that. I think the tire model is the big difference for me. Like I feel like the newer cars, I just can feel the car better. I'm not saying that I'm any faster. Like all the fast guys are still going to be fast, you know. And you know it's all I can do to try to even keep up with some of them. But uh, you know the Do Good team, we all like try to work together to like do as good as we can. You know, helping each other as much as we can, and it's definitely a lot of help. You know, each week in and out, in and out. You know, each week it's like, you know, we get a little bit better and a little bit better, and get a little grasp on things, and you know, sometimes we get lucky and stay out of trouble. But I'm actually looking forward to the Xfinity car.
And you know, staying out of trouble was one thing, and you do get lucky when you get races like these, but it does take patience. It does take racecraft. There is skill involved in what you did tonight. Third place run. You started the race from 30th. Let's not overlook plus 27 spots. I want
Yeah,
to say if we had a hard charger, that would definitely net you that hard charger. There are some other big gainers, but you had the biggest differential from your start to finish place. And regardless of how you got there, it took a little bit of everything from your bag that you might have needed to pull out.
yeah, absolutely. Like the I actually even screwed up on the first. Like I was so far in the back early on, I was just like pitting for fuel, and then I screwed up and I changed right side tires, which actually worked out in my favor because then when everybody was pitting on the next cycle, I only had a few laps on my tires, and it shuffled me back up to like into the teens, like up into like 15th or 16th or somewhere in there. So it kind of like worked out for me in the end. So sometimes stupid luck is better than no luck at all.
Well, it's a treat that we get to talk to you tonight. I'd hate to hog it all to myself. We've got some other guys in here that might have something for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have one thing. You know, we talked about Dave before the race. I just got to ask you, who do you think the Packers are going to draft in this
Oh
upcoming
boy,
draft? No, I'm just
it's
kidding,
not a
I'm
wide
just kidding.
receiver.
I have no idea. I don't watch football. Not
I'm
not
just-
since Phil Simms was the quarterback of the Giants have I watched
Oh
football.
wow, it's been a little bit. I remember
been a little
Phil
bit.
Sims very vaguely.
Most of
but,
these guys weren't even born yet, so
you know, we were talking to again, you mentioned it already in this interview, just not being comfortable, you know, especially even tonight. You just said you couldn't fully grasp. You kind of felt like you weren't going to have a good night here tonight. But even I was even watching your lap time. You know, I had to keep an eye on my boy up here in the top three towards the end, and I saw that you were actually running competitive lap times with Braxton, with Cameron when he was up there with Koba as well. Do you think there was anything that maybe you could have done differently
well,
to maybe get into victory lane, or were you just fine with not
no,
ruffling too much feathers?
well, I didn't want to ruffle any feathers, but I mean that's not my style anyway. But
Right.
yeah, I mean they all had damage, you know, that's and they're just that good. Some of these guys are just so, I mean, I don't want to downplay myself. I'm an old man. I've been around the block a few times. I don't have the quick hands that some of these kids have, but these guys have got some serious talent. And some of them, if they could just I'll get on a soapbox a little bit. I think if some of them could work on their racecraft a little bit, they would be unbeatable. But there's a lot of talent in this league, and I feel I'm really happy to just be able to finish. I mean, usually I'm happy if I finish in the top 10. So I'm pretty ecstatic to finish third. So, but I mean, sometimes maybe everybody should just have like some, like a handicap system here, and then maybe us old guys could have a chance more often.
Amen. I mean, I'm not as old as you, Dave, but
Hey,
I'm catching you.
you're catching me.
Yep. Do my damnedest.
That's right.
All right, Dave. Before we let you go here, you have anything, any shout outs, any thanks you want to give?
Well, absolutely. I mean, first off, thank you guys. You guys put on a hell of a broadcast, week in and week out. It's always enjoyable to go back and watch. I mean, there's just you have like a great mix between you of personalities, and you make the broadcasts entertaining. Um, Do good motorsports like Goody and Dusty, Neil, and everybody that runs on the elite side. It's like greatest group of guys. I really race, every week, mostly to basically hang out with these guys and have a good time. Um, I can't forget Ron Raps. Ron just knocks it out of the ballpark with my paint because I sure as hell don't have the patience to do that stuff. But yeah, he just loves doing this stuff, and he really loves the throwbacks. So he really gets into that. So if anybody needs, uh, a paint, a wrap at a reasonable price, look up Ronster Wraps. He's on all the medias, and of course, Mrs. Goody's Goodies. Um, my friends over Everyone Racers podcast, E1R, all my friends in 24 Hours of Lemons. Some of them I know, like, they don't really watch all that often, but they do pull for me when they do. Um, yeah, that's about it.
All right, Dave. Hey, appreciate you showing up and putting on a good run tonight. Appreciate you coming up here talking to us. Thank
Yep.
you again, and congratulations on the third place finish.
Thank you guys. Oh, one more thing. I just wanted to
Okay.
thank Vic for putting up with everybody and doing everything he can. I've always I've done it before. I've been an admin of a league many years ago, so I understand what he goes through. So I appreciate everything he does for us. Whether we all agree with him or not, that's another story. But I know there's a lot of work and effort goes into doing this.
All right, Dave. Hey, thank you very much. Hey, you have a good rest of your night.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
See you, Dave.
And it's at this point I will bid you guys adieu. Maybe in a few weeks, maybe eventually before the season's up, I'll be able to actually stay here for the whole freaking post race show. But you guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too. And yeah, decompress after all the wild and craziness that was tonight. The 17Media 136.
We'll see where are we at next week.
Auto Club.
Man, Auto Club. All right.
I can't
That should
wait.
be-
All right,
That's gonna be a fun one.
can't wait to see you guys next week.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready.
Johnny Eckert. Oh, what are you saying?
Ooh, I what? Maybe. Yeah, you never know.
All right, y'all have a good
All
night.
I know is that RKM is going to be full.
Well, maybe your team, but
That's why I
next
just
up
said
we'll bring-
RKM is.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yes. Team is going to be
Oh.
full, so we can't add any more drivers for that one.
Oh, okay. But we lost Peeler, so I guess I'll do the rest of the interviews here. And next up, we'll bring up Thomas Capuano coming home in second, getting the last lap pass to move up into second place. And Thomas, you had, a whirlwind. I don't even know what to describe it. You had a crazy night. We saw you driving backwards at one point. How in the hell did you get up to second place, man?
Oh my goodness. I can't really tell you. All I can tell you is when I looked down after I was driving in reverse and was still at 2,000 RPM, I took 4 tires, I think, and I just said, screw it, we're going to see what we got. And it was just good enough to kind of hold the pace. And I was like, all right, this will be great. If I can finish in the top 10, I'll be happy. And then, unfortunately, first things first, I want to apologize to Damien. The car was tight. We bounced off each other in the middle. I was just talking to him down below, but yeah, the sea just parted on the last lap. and somehow came out second.
Yeah, it's awesome, awesome run for you, and it's kind of been, I think, one of those seasons for you. We've seen you have these moments too, where you've been running in the top 10. I think more than you have even in the past. It looks like you're flexing a little bit more muscle. It's got to feel good, and to kind of shed that bad luck. Well, actually tonight I can't even say that. I think you had a little bit of every bit of luck here tonight, good, bad, and anywhere in between. I think almost everyone did, but. Awesome. I think you even led a couple laps there too, with some of the cycling. So it's got to feel pretty good to be running up front and getting that 21 car some TV time.
Yeah, last week was especially excruciating. I had figured out the track pretty good in the second half of that race, and I pitted when I thought I would be able to make it to the end with fuel, and I was just worried about saving the tires last week, so I was just driving the crap out of it, and I didn't even think about fuel. So then we're coming to like 8 to go, and they're like, or I think it was 10 to go, and they're like, you got 5 laps of fuel left, and I was like, oh man, and I knew we were done. And then I tried lifting for every corner, but it didn't work. And then the dirt race was great. I had a blast with the dirt race. I was driving a dirt late model at the end with the left rear hiked forward, but yeah, ever since I brought out the Baldwin Strong on the quarter panels, I've been having a lot better performances. And especially you noted it. Ever since I've been rocking the Donnie Shots car, I've been running a lot better. That's why I've been keeping running it. But the most colorful scheme I've ever had, as you said, Goody. But um, yeah, it feels good to drive up front and run up front and be competitive. I think I finally figured out my brake pedal problem, which is helping out quite a bit with a lot of it. But yeah, it's a blast.
Yeah, it looked like you were having a blast, and even with that contact that you had with Damien, heck, I think everyone was bouncing off each other here a little bit tonight. But next week, we head to Auto Club, it should provide some good multi-groove racing like we've seen tonight. What kind of run do you foresee yourself having heading into next week?
Well, Auto Club's a track that I really like. It's a track that you can kind of, if you've got a bigger set of dice, so to say, you can put them on the dashboard and run up somewhere else and get a run and I've had my better runs at super speedways the last couple years. So with a big track like that and this car's, I know it'll probably end up being loose somehow, but I think it'll be a blast nonetheless. And we're gonna bring back the Donnie Shots look-alike number 21, um, which is rocking the Baldwin Strong on the quarter, like I said. We're gonna bring it back next week, and hope to get interviewed again, hopefully for a win. But I mean, at this point, if it's in the top 5, I'm happy with it. This has been a great year, ever since I got brought on board with Rack Racing. I mean, I have no teammates. I was supposed to have Ryan Lutz and Vince Isabella, but they just stopped running. So I have no teammates. So I've been kind of the lone wolf along with whoever's in the 30 car. Um, but yeah, we're gonna try to bring home some good finishes in this thing. Trying to support Tommy Baldwin, um support all my guys.
I got something for you. I
Oh
got something
man,
for you, Tom. So
yeah.
I feel, because I think at the beginning of the season I did promise you good teammates, and unfortunately it hasn't worked out. But you have been a shining star for Rack Racing, and I can't thank you enough for that as co-team owner over there. But I do want you to know that if you want to come back to Rack Racing next year, I believe that we're going to offer you that. And I think we have a plan for you to have at least 2 good teammates that'll actually show up every single week. So
I would hope so. I would like somebody to race with.
there you go, bud. There's your little insider information.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'm on board. You know,
Hell yeah, man.
I've had so much fun, been able to run good. I gotta attribute a lot of it to the season I ran with Goody, with Do Good, is they were extremely supportive, and I learned a lot from them, and they kind of taught me racecraft, and kind of brought me into the ideas of strategy, and that's why I think it was good that I finished second to the 71 because he was a teammate of mine last year, and I think especially that we're going back to Xfinity cars next year, which I had some good runs with. You know, I really learned how to drive those cars well. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and I'm very, very, very excited to finish off the season this year and go back to Xfinity next year.
Heck yeah, got a little silly season out of the way here. That'd be looking forward to where you're gonna end up or how things are gonna shake up for you next year, and if you can keep that momentum from what you're running right now into next season, should be fun to watch, and I'm sure we'll talk to you more up here in the booth. But before we let you go, Thomas, any shout outs you want to give?
Like I said, with the 7NY on the quarter panels, I want to give a major shout out to Tommy Baldwin. He's fighting cancer right now, and from what I've heard from his sons, he's doing pretty good, which is amazing to hear. I want to give a shout out to Vic for giving me the seat in his car. Um, the want to give a shout out in the memory of Ken Block. Never forgotten for Ken Block, and also to anybody watching, this is totally off topic, but GTA 6 got revealed that it's going to be coming out, so I was a little excited for that. Um, Hopefully everybody else is too, but yeah, that's about it. Steven Kopchik Motorsports, and you guys for doing these excellent broadcasts back that I watch back every week, and I hear you guys talk about me, either good or bad, but I appreciate that you guys are doing it. You guys do an excellent job, and I've dabbled into streaming a little bit myself with a league that we ran for the Black Flag podcast guys. But so I know how serious and how crazy chaotic it can get. So thank you for doing this. You guys do an amazing job, and I tune in to watch them back every week. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you, Thomas, and congratulations on the great run tonight. I'm holding you to it. I want to see you battle for that victory next week at Auto Club.
We'll give it a shot. We'll give
Hell
it a
yeah!
shot.
Let it
There's
all
a lot
hang
of good
out.
guys in here. It's gonna be hard.
Put those cojones on the dashboard. Let it rip.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah! That's Thomas Capuano coming home in P2. Now, Carlos, I don't know if you would have thought. I never would have thought a video game release GTA or 6 would have been on the bingo card for interview shout out.
I did not. Nope.
Next up, we'll bring up Braxton DeWeese.
My God, Braxton, fix this thing. Come on, man.
Oh man, it's old. You gotta update it, Braxton. But anyway, hey, sweeping the night. I don't even know. I don't even know how to talk about anyone's second half because it was wild and crazy, but fairly dominant in the sprint race, holding off Cameron Rich, and then up and down. We seen you in the wall early, get that damage. It looked like it might have been a hindrance for you, but at the end of the day, ended up I guess considerably clean compared to everyone else. Talk us through your night here a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty eventful there in the second race for sure. With the first race being 36 laps, it's just a lot quicker. I mean, it's not even half the distance of the second race, so a lot of stuff that just happens a lot quicker, and that we were actually green a lot more, which was very surprising. But I realized qualifying was probably going to be a big deal with track position and whatnot, with passing going to be hard. And with us running the high line, especially in race 2, after a lot of people kind of figured that line out a little bit, it made it just a little bit tougher to pass. You kind of had to set it up. You had to make sure you got a run off of 2 there, and then had to set it up off of 4. So you really had to make sure you were on it and in majority of the corners and whatnot. But I worked on qualifying a little bit and a couple practices that were yesterday, and I saw the times that were compared to the others, and I was pretty happy with it, and kept working with it just a little bit, just to kind of tweak the little imperfections and whatnot if I could. So I'm glad we could end up with the pole in race 1 and lead every lap, I believe, and come out with the win there. And we started 8th with the invert, and just I was just going to be patient. I told Ty, because he started up there, and I believe it was a 2nd or 4th or something like that. I couldn't remember, but I told him that I was just going to take it easy here, and was just going to ride and not try to push the issue and just try to have a good second half and try to get the best of points that I could there. And we missed a couple of the wrecks. We got a little bit of damage, like you said, from the wall, and which that was about a second, I believe, so it wasn't too much. And we got a little bit of damage there with the tie and with the Kynan wreck there at the end. But I'm glad we could be out front with that damage, so that helped out a little bit. And glad we could hold on to get the sweep for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, getting the sweep 2 weeks in a row. You know, you ended that regular season strong with the championship. You should obviously have the points lead now in to kick off the chase offs with the 2 victories and a little bit of bad luck by Cameron Rich here tonight. Although he did end up 5th in half number 2, which still impressive for your rival, your championship rival there. But I got to ask you too. At one point, you know, when late in the race, when you took the lead late in the feature, and you had to look in your mirror and you see Cameron Rich, although a little bit wounded, you had to be thinking, come on, man, can I shake this guy?
Yeah, when you're always around a championship competitor like that in the chase or just getting close to getting to crunch time of getting points, it's always nerve-wracking to make sure you're on your P's and Q's. But looking in the mirror and seeing that he had no front end, it kind of helped out a little bit. But I have race labs and I can see when everybody pitted, and I seen that my tires were a lot fresher than his. So I know if I just run my line, keep it smooth and clean, and just get around them and move on from there, I figured it'd be all right. And like I said, just hit my P's and Q's and do what I need to do. And I felt like I did that majority of tonight for both races, so I'm pretty happy with that. The past 2 weeks, actually, I'm pretty happy about it. I've said it throughout the year that we've had pace, but we haven't had consistent races. We've done good one race and then done awful the next race, just trying to strategy move or something and it not working out, getting caught in a wreck, or just doing something dumb on my part. But glad we can have this momentum right now, and I hope to keep it up at Auto Club next week and for the rest of the playoff races, or chase races, I should say.
And I guess that's one thing that'll lead to my next question too. With that momentum that you have right now, what do you do? Do you play conservative now that you have the lead, and try to at least stay close with Cameron Rich? You talked about the different strategies that could put yourself in the back and potentially get yourself in a bad spot. That I think that's what exactly put Cameron Rich in his position, at least with a speeding penalty. Is it still pushing the envelope now, or is there really any change in your mindset moving forward, next week at Auto Club at all?
I feel like it really just depends on the situation. There's sometimes you can be conservative, but there are also sometimes you can, attack the situation and go for it. Early in the second half, I went for a strategy call just to see if it went green, and it ended up didn't work with all the cautions and whatnot. But like stuff like that, just being able to take a shot, but not really going to hurt you. You can still take them. But like I said, it really just depends on the situation. If I have a feeling that something could potentially work, I'm going to try to go for it, but I don't want to try to put myself in a situation that I want to lose points to Cameron and the other chase competitors, and ultimately lose the championship and some dumb moves and mistakes on my part. So I just feel like having the pace, starting up front, being up front, just doing what you need to do for all these next races is pretty much what you're going to have to do. Now is the time to be on your A game and perfect the little things within the races, and try to get as many points as you can, and potentially the wins as you can as well, which also helps with more points. So that's what we're going to try to do, is just, like I said all year, just try to keep attacking and go for wins, and but also know when to make the right moves and strategy calls, a little bit more cautious, in a certain situation. So we're going to take that and see if we can apply and try to keep going with this momentum.
Yeah, and certainly in the past two nights of OSCA racing, you've certainly been unstoppable in that, and hopefully you can continue that going forward, heading into Auto Club next week. But before we let you go, before you break out the bubbly and spray it all over the room there, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, for sure. The sponsor on the car, Ben's Publical. Big shout out to them. They've been on the car a lot of the time that I've been on iRacing, and I really do appreciate them. I help them out as much as I can with the interviews and my posts and whatnot. Just trying to do what I can with sim racing. So, we like to help each other out, and I just feel like that's a lot of the sponsors that I have that are within the local area. We just try to help each other out, and just try to, get my name a little bit out there of a local guy trying to, get something going to potentially get in real life. And then if anybody's following me that's not really around from the area or from around the area that hasn't heard of that business that is with sponsorship ties with me, then that can help out as well. So big shout out to Ben's Publical, as well as Jane's on Main, Interstate Ford, Unrivaled Cinematography, Blaze Designs, Allen's Arts Images, Elite Performance Industries, and Shift Esports as well. Been affiliate with them all year, and been racing with them in other leagues as well, and going to continue with that and in the Elite Racing League. And we're gonna try to do our best week in and week out with them and with BDR, and try to get the championship in OSCA.
Heck yeah, I love to see it. But before you go, one last question: how many Deweeses were watching tonight?
I couldn't tell you. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, probably around 5, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around that range.
Love to see it, man. At least you put on a good show for him. You kept him in suspense because it looked a little crazy there in half, at least in the feature, I should say. But I'm always glad to see all the Deweeses watching. Again, the most popular driver in OSCA right here is the number 8 car of Braxton Deweese. But again, congratulations, Braxton, and best of luck to you next week at Auto Club.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Come on.
Come on. Braxton Deweese getting hot at the right time, putting everyone in his rear view mirror right now. And with that, we're going to put Phoenix in a rear view mirror in the 17Media 136. It was a wild one. We've seen a little bit of everything tonight, but next week we head to Auto Club, which should provide for some awesome racing as well. But for Adam Peeler, Matthew Bayou, Carlos Acosta, Vic Bloom, myself, Mike Goodman, thank you all for tuning in to tonight's race. Be sure to be here right here, 3 Wide TV next week. Same time, same place. Until then, good night now.